And welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live.
Oh, it's been too long.
It's really funny because this is our summer break.
Yeah, it is the summer break, but certain things happen that sometimes we need to come back and talk about.
Like what?
I don't know, like this thing that you went to last week.
I went to San Francisco, had part one of my honeymoon. That was nice.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
I mean, we could talk about it if you guys want to. We have pictures.
You also went to Los Angeles.
Yeah, briefly.
This little video game thing.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
called,
I played a few handhelds. That was pretty cool.
The Electronic Expo thing.
You really don't know what E3 stands for, do you?
It's the Entertainment Electronic Expo.
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Whatever order they're in. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt went to E3, everybody.
I did. I went to E3. That was a blast.
As usual.
As usual. Yes.
But to be fair, I only hate him because of certain things. Otherwise, I don't care.
We'll get into that later.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah,
when we're sitting on the couch.
This is our E3 show. We're covering everything that we saw because, you were on the floor. So.
Yeah, oh man, it was a blast. Like last year, I talked about how it was a little overwhelming at first.
Well, it was your first time too.
Yeah, this year, man, it was awesome. We had a good plan. We followed through with that plan, and we were able to experience so much more, get so much more game time in, and it was amazing. It was.
You become old hat at this now.
I was, yeah. I'm a veteran now. Even EA not being present on the E3 show floor was great because EA had their own thing on the days that E3 wasn't going on. So you really got to explore and experience everything that they had. It was cool.
Well, we're kind of out of practice here, so we should probably introduce everybody that's here.
Sure, we have a ton of people.
We actually do have a ton of people on the show tonight. It's going to be a big one.
Yes.
And no goddamn room.
And speaking of which, we have Robin Tropy over there.
Not one.
Anyway.
And then Chris he's running the board.
The Professor Chris K working the boards over there.
Also, he's having a rave at the moment. What? What raves are you going to, Jason?
That's like old school. Huh?
No, that is not ever school. Like, that was never there.
Speaking of which, I'm bad at raving. I'm Jason the X.
Yes.
I don't like going to raves. I'm Cora.
I put on a rave every Thursday night. I'm Matt. I forgot who I was from.
I like your echoes from others.
Hey, we're about 2 hours late, but welcome to the live Nerd Interference NBA draft coverage.
Thank you.
It's going to be a fun night, guys. Is that wrong? Is that
Ben
wrong?
Simmons,
wrong?
first overall. What do you think about that?
Duh.
Yeah, right? LSU, Tiger, totally great.
Makes sense. I was
think
actually at OMG Tacos when that was announced. I was like, oh,
Awesome.
Well, that makes sense.
What do you think of
Obviously,
Ingram
yeah.
going number 2?
Yeah, there you go. Makes sense. I mean, fuck.
Guys,
Here's the question. Though.
we did.
What do we do?
The shirt thing again. Black, blue and orange, black.
What the hell?
Damn it, Stacy! Damn it!
How does this keep...
Actually, wait.
Even if BC had been sitting in his regular spot, they'd do the same thing.
I know.
This is really weird having me on the wrong side.
Actually, Matt's on the wrong side, too.
Matt, yeah, that's true. Matt normally.
Bro, we're driving.
Do you normally sit there? Oh yeah, you do.
Hold up. You normally sit there. How many shows have you been back on?
Oh, snap. She wasn't even here for the table being brought up.
Oh!
But we do have some special guests. Our buddy Caleb from Second Opinion Productions is going to be joining us to talk some E3 tonight. And from Dweeb Factory, our boy Zach is sitting over there. He's like...
Oh, he's shimming.
He's drinking alcohol.
He's feeling it.
And everything.
And the alien from Independence Day is here.
That's actually our special guest tonight. He joined me at E3.
I thought my niece was saying Vegeta was.
No,
There's chicken
I mean
fajitas?
both of them.
Why is Luke dying over there?
I don't know. Shit, that's what I'm saying.
No, he was doing push-ups.
There you
Because
go.
he was trying to be like Vegeta and Goku.
My good camera.
There's fajitas?
My good camera is back, so I can start toy reviews again. So I'm concerned why the hairs are different color though, because
you got to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's part of the movie thing.
bullshit.
No, there's a movie. It is.
I have not seen the movie yet.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
You don't know.
They did blue hair in that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Well,
like the
his is
next
shiny
level.
And his is a flat blue.
Oh, that's different. I don't know. That's
I don't know.
okay.
Heathens.
You said you never saw the movie.
Well,
Heathen.
I'm going to say I have now.
Heathen.
Anyway.
So yeah, we have a lot to get to as far as E3 is concerned. A lot of opinions. A lot of what I saw, what I played. because there was a lot. And at one point,
You sat second row for that freaking.
Yeah, that was cool.
You sat second row for the Sony presentation.
It was amazing.
You bastard! Like just when I think I'm okay with him going to E3, I'm fine with this. We get pictures before the event.
Oh,
you
man.
and Eric are literally second row. You sons of bitches! I hate.
Yeah, I actually lucked out on that because everybody had clustered into that space to get through the doors, and like we didn't. We were eating, we were talking with people. We met some guy from the BBC, so we were just hanging out with that guy. And then they're like, "Oh, they're about to let people in," so we just kind of snuck in, and then just went all the way up to the front. It was awesome. It was great. Thank you.
E3 next year.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was amazing experience, but we got to get him out of the way because he's only here for one thing.
He don't game.
Super cool nerd news.
That's right.
Excuse me for a moment. I'm doing a seamless
We're
transition.
so professional. Yay.
Good luck.
I don't
Jesse.
know where to look. There's so many. It's such a weird angle.
The camera that's in front
But
of
I
you.
look at that camera. Get back down there.
Not the first
Super
time
Cool
we
Nerd
heard
News is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx. We're going to try to get through this. There's a lot of news because we've been gone for a long time. And we're starting out with the Power Rangers. That's right. The Power Rangers are coming back to the big screen, and the big head is all set. That's right. Bryan Cranston will be playing Zordon.
Someone say big head?
Bryan Cranston will be playing Zordon, the meth head leading our 5 teenagers with attitude. Cranston, for those of you who don't know, voiced Twin Man and Snizzard in the 90s series. A new poster was also released, and I'm getting a weird look from Jason, but I'm just going to keep going. Power Rangers hits theaters on March 24th, 2017, and stars Decree Montgomery, my future wife Becky G, Ludi Lynn, Naomi Scott, R.J. Seiler, Elizabeth Banks, and Bryan Cranston. The Rock! That's right, we were off for about 4 weeks, and for 7 weeks before that, The Rock was announced in a new film every single week. But just like Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, that streak has been broken this week. No, that's not true. Oh, that's right, The Rock is in talks to join the Wolfman for the Monsters University. Not Monsters University, the Universal Monsters Cinematic Universe. The Monsters Universe will kick off with The Mummy on June 9th, 2017, and stars Tom Cruise, Sophia Boutella, Jake Johnson, and Russell Crowe. The Rock is the Wolfman. I'm in. Justice League, that's right. WB is trying to build some goodwill on the DCCU and invited Steve Frosty Weintroff of Collider and other members of the trade to visit the set of the upcoming Justice League. We have a brand new logo, which you can see right there, and a synopsis for the film. Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally, Diana Prince, to follow an even greater enemy. To face an even greater enemy. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against this newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented League of Heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and The Flash, it may already be too late to save the planet from an assault of a catastrophic proportions. Affleck has been moved to executive producer role, and when asked why he will be an executive producer, Affleck was quoted in saying, "Why am I an executive producer? Because I'm directing another one of the movies, and so there's some cross-pollination of the story and characters, and I don't want to give any stuff of that away. But it just basically means that there might be some things that happen in my Batman that are affected by this film." He continued by saying, "It's a creative way for DC to come up with both being a filmmaker-driven company and an entity, and also make sure that the right hand sort of knows what the left hand is doing. If there's a collaboration and supervision, so somebody doesn't go sailing off causing problems for your movies with their movie. Basically, it's also in a way to be kind of a courtesy. You know what they're doing, and so you know one hand knows what the other is doing. I get to weigh in on stuff that impacts the Batman stuff. Justice League finally hits theaters on November 17, 2017, and will star Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, William Dafoe, Amy Adams, Jesse Eisenberg, Amber Heard, possibly, we don't know anymore, Jeremy Irons, J.K. Simmons, and Henry Cavill, and will be directed by Zack Snyder.
Big word.
That was a lot of words, but I got through it.
You know, he also ended that by saying, Deflategate is garbage! Hashtag free Brady.
Spider-Man Homecoming begins production. That's right, we got some set photos released of Peter Parker looking like he's in school with a few new friends. Look at that. Looks like he's learning some stuff. We've also got some new cast members in Donald Glover, Hannibal Buress, Bokeem Woodbine, and Martin Starr. They have all joined the cast in unnamed roles, most of which will probably be a couple little bit parts, but everyone's thinking Donald Glover and Hannibal Buress, and anyone else you can name is going to be Miles Morales. Probably won't be. Spider-Man Homecoming hits theaters July 7, 2017, and stars Tom Holland, Marissa Tomei, Zendaya, Michael Keaton, Tony Revolori, look at that, English words, can't get them, and Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. King Kong is big. That's right, phrasing. How you doing? Director Jordan Vogt Roberts says that this will be the biggest Kong there has ever been. Not 10 foot, not 30 foot, but 100-foot ape. He will be matched up eventually against the 350-foot Godzilla. But first, we're going to learn about Kong on his island in Kong Skull Island that hits theaters March 10th, 2017 and stars Loki, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, John C. Reilly, John Goodman, and Samuel L. Jackson. Noomi Rapace will be coming back to join Alien Covenant. That's right, it's probably going to be a small role, a small part, a little bit of a flashback to show you how Michael Fassbender's character has progressed. But Alien Covenant comes out on my birthday in 2017 and stars Michael Fassbender, Catherine Waterston, Danny McBride, Amy Schmeitz.
Wow.
Names, I know them. Josie Smollett, Carmen Yago, and is directed by Ridley Scott. Now, here's the fun one that Jason wanted me to add. Rurouni Kenshin
I want to you so bad.
gets a live-action trilogy. Rurouni.
Think of it like
Rowdy.
macaroni.
Macaroni gets a live-action trilogy. That's right, the trilogy is already finished, according to Cora. And someone by the name of Funi, maybe it's something, but Funi is looking to license or sell it here in America. Cora will update us on that in just a little bit. Moving on, E3 happened. We've been talking about it. We're going to keep talking about it, but it went down. Matt was there. Father Gamer Podcast was there. It was a great time. There's so much to talk about. We're going to get to all of it, but I'm just going to start by saying this picture came out, adding John Cena, the Ultimate Warrior, and Sasha Banks will be joining Goldberg as playable characters in WWE 2K17.
Who?
Yay! Video games. Goldberg, bruh.
Who?
Darth Vader is coming back. That's right. Star Wars news is always big news. And Entertainment Weekly released a whole lot of Rogue One news, including the fact that Vader does have a very ominous presence in the film. Mads Mikkelsen's character will be Jalen Orso. I haven't heard it said yet, so I don't know what it is. The father of Jen Erso, played by Felicity Jones. As well, Star Wars completists will recognize the Forrest Whitaker character as Saw Gerrera, a veteran of the Clone Wars, and a character that was in the Clone Wars animated series, as well as a novel Star Wars Bloodline. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, hits theaters later this year on December 16th and stars Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Ben Mendelsohn, Donnie Yen, Forrest Whitaker, and Mads Mikkelsen, is directed by Gareth Edwards. That's your super cool nerd news, powered by Cinelinx, and I need some damn water!
Who?
Good job, BC.
No, don't tell him that. He
No,
did a
it's not. He
terrible
actually did a
job.
horrible job. You suck. Anyway,
Rurouni Kenshin.
seriously, I only put the Japanese names in there because I love hearing them try to pronounce them.
The dude said Funi for Funimation.
It was Funimation.
Funimation.
She put in the thing F-U-N-I. How am I supposed to understand what that means?
Well, two of those.
Read the article that I posted.
He didn't post an article.
Yes, I did.
She did actually.
I didn't see it.
Two of those letters directly apply to what he did to the news there. F and U.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
solid.
That was a lot of words.
That was a lot
and
of
I think
words.
I did decent.
You
You
have
did.
the best words.
Especially
You
the
have
Justice League
all the
stuff.
best
Because
words.
good lord.
It has been
Nice
a big
job, bro.
news week, and of course, like all those stories we were going over, please go over to cinelinks.com and check those out. We have been some writing fools on there.
Dude. Donald Glover joining Spider-Man is awesome.
I
He
love
is
it.
not Miles Morales.
No, he's not. He's not Miles Morales. I've been thinking he was going to be Robbie Robinson
I could go.
or Robbie's son. What's Robbie's son's name?
I don't know who that is.
But then I started thinking. I started going today. What if he's Phil Urich?
I could go.
What
for
if he's
either
the
one of those.
nephew of Ben Urich?
I just like the fact that he was. I mean, everybody kept saying they wanted him to play Spider-Man, and then they wanted him to play Miles Morales.
Yes.
Which I think he's too old now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do. The time is fast. I like they're still going to put
He
him in
can
there.
still look young though.
Yeah, but not Tom
Miles
Holland. young.
Morales.
No,
and
no,
Miles
no.
Morales is a teenager.
Yeah.
So
He's a teenager when Spider-Man's older.
He needs to be about Tom Holland's age look. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, also it would kind of steal the stage away from Tom Holland if he were Miles Morales.
Yeah.
So what news stories did we have again? Because the Power Rangers one, it's nice that an original cast member from Power Rangers.
Give me a weird look when I said that. Did I mess that up?
No, you did it just fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was,
I was like,
actually
oh,
that's
crap.
cool. I
think
like
it's
that.
very cool. I
I
mean,
really like that.
You know what? You know what makes me
Bryan
mad though is I continually have been pulling and wanting to see Jason David Frank as Zordon,
Nah.
just because that'd be the only
so,
thing he could do.
So
That's
cheesy though.
Brian
to have him do
Cranston's
that.
level of acting, Jason David
Yeah.
Frank's level of
No,
acting.
no.
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
go higher with you and Brian
This is going up
Cranston.
here.
Okay, yeah, but do you know the
'Cause
level of
essentially-
acting of the rest of the cast?
But
Because I sure as hell don't. All I know,
Actually, the Blue Rangers actually.
all I know is that Becky G is eventually going to fall in love and marry me.
Essentially, I'm going to just watch past that because I can insult him so easily.
Yes.
But essentially, Zordon is a voice, and considering Bryan Cranston was a voice actor for Power Rangers, I'm really happy with this.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming.
Me neither.
No, I didn't either.
So
I like that though. I
That's
like
good
that.
casting, though.
And Bryan Cranston, I mean, he's just such a phenomenal actor.
But they
I
got
love
him
it.
for
Hey,
Power
you know
Rangers.
what?
Yeah.
man.
You know what?
Great.
I'm gonna be really happy as long as they don't kill him in the first act.
I mean, I was happy
Godzilla.
about
Yeah,
Elizabeth
for real,
Banks.
dude.
I was like, Elizabeth Banks
That
is going to be
killed
a Power
Godzilla
Rangers
for
movie.
me.
Awesome. Now we got Bryan Cranston.
Probably because they spent such little amount of money on the rest of the cast. They
And-
were like, "Hey, we actually have some money in the budget
And I
to get Bryan
guarantee
Cranston."
it's a damn good amount of money for Bryan Cranston to go in there and probably do one day of filming.
Yeah.
And we knew, wait a minute. What was that? Oh, yeah, that's right.
God.
Justice League was filming. I'm sorry.
I'm intrigued by it.
I didn't put it in the news, but did you see the breakdown of the scene? They let them see a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And normally on these set visits, they're like, yeah, you could talk about it the week the movie comes out.
I think they did.
They
that
said
because-
no. Tell them now.
I think they did that because they want to have that hype.
Did you
We're
did you
trying
hear
so hard to be as good as Marvel?
did you hear the breakdown of the scene that they got to see?
No, I didn't hear that.
So okay, they're filming the scene with Ezra Miller and Ben Affleck, and Ezra Miller comes into his apartment, and all the lights are off. He tries to turn them on, they're not turning on, and then they turn around and Bruce Wayne's sitting in a chair, and he's like, "I know who you are. I want you to help me." And he's just like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm nobody. I'm just a Jewish kid. I don't drink milk," or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Batman, apparently Bruce Wayne gets sick of this and throws
The
a
batarang.
batarang at him. Time slows down completely. Ezra Miller looks at it, picks it out of the air, looks back, time speeds back up, and he goes, "You're Batman."
So
And he goes, I'm putting together a team, and Miller goes, "I'm in." Just like that? Yeah, I need friends.
that's pretty.
And then
funny.
there's another scene with the League up on top of the Gotham Police Department,
Yeah.
talking to Gordon, who they say looks like he was picked right out of the animated series.
Really
Looks like just pulled him right out of this animated
Cool.
series.
I love J.K. Simmons.
And then J.K. Simmons turns around, turns back, and everyone but the Flash is gone. And he looks around and goes, oh, do they
still
do
need
that?
that.
Okay. And he speeds off.
I love that. I freaking love that.
I need that.
What is it? Not my flat. Whatever. No, that's awesome. That's
So,
actually pretty cool.
I think it's good. I think they've realized what they've done. They've listened to the audience, and I think they're going back and making changes. And
Yeah.
they're making it to give the fans more of what they want to see.
We'll see.
I'm excited for it. Well, and then Darth Vader coming back. That's gonna be cool.
I
That's
liked
gonna be
this.
big.
I love the images they released today through Entertainment Weekly.
Yes, that was
oh my
beautiful.
god, the Dark Troopers. It's just weird seeing stormtroopers in another environment than we've seen them in.
Mm-hmm.
And that
On a
beat-
freaking beach,
I like
man.
that beat scene where we're gonna see the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like everything they showed us. And we all
so
the
excited.
the worst kept secret ever is that Darth Vader's in this movie.
Yeah, you had to put him in
I
there.
know.
No, but
Still.
look. Here's what I'm thinking. I was wishing they had not done it this way. How epic would it have been when that next real trailer comes out, and you either hear it or you see him out of nowhere?
It will still
instead
be
of
epic.
seeing it. I know it's still going to be epic, insane.
Yes.
But instead of seeing it on Entertainment Weekly,
It would have
I
been cool
thought-
just
I
to be
would-
like,
And again, it is the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah.
Yes, if we had heard that, what Matt just did during a trailer, I literally.
Yes. Yes. And we know we're going to, but now it's not. It's not going to be. It wouldn't have been surprised, like I said, worst kept secret, but still, it loses a little bit of impact.
yeah.
Now that we already know, officially.
Let's pivot for a moment, and because we do have anime viewers, let's
Yeah.
talk about Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yes.
Yes. Okay. So, what he was trying to say is they've made the 3 live-action Rurouni Kenshin movies in Japan already. They've already been released, all that shit. U.S. never had a distributor for it exactly. So Funimation now has the license to show it in America and distribute it to like DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever it may be, over here, so we can get it easier. So they'll be doing. I don't know if they're going to be doing the subtitles or not, but they may be.
I would think that they would. That kind of makes sense that they would do it like that.
I would think so, but I also am not positive because I haven't looked into it if it's already been released in like Britain or not. If it's already been released over there, we already have English subtitles.
But we know that it's coming, and
Yes,
that's the
it
coolest
is
part.
coming. There's also a good chance for us Texas people. Will you stop moving my mic around?
They were complaining it was not close enough to you. That's why.
Is this close enough?
Well, now, okay.
Anyway, there's a good chance, especially for us Texas people, that we might get to see it at like the Angelica on the big screen.
Ooh.
Which, if that happens and it's on a show night, I'm
Need
not
tickets.
here.
Oh yeah.
I won't be
Heck
here.
yeah.
I would totally
never
go.
see me
I would
again.
totally want to see that on the big screen.
That'd be awesome.
Which
I hope they do it
actually-
right, because like I didn't like how the American version of Rurouni Kenshin was. The Japanese version was like on point.
Well,
I
one,
actually looked up a little bit of reviews. They said it was well received.
Okay, good. Just
one-
as long as it's not the Toonami one.
One thing that I do know, and it's kind of, this is more of a general information than it is just Funimation or whatever. With the subtitles, Japan has like specifically what they want them to put into it. They can make changes here and there, like if they say like sensei, they can put the teacher's name there instead, for example, but they can't make any major changes. Like if they said we're going over here, they can't say we're going over there. And that depends on distributor from Japan, licenses, things like that. But
Okay,
so there's that. Oh,
that's interesting.
I was gonna say, for Attack on Titan, when Funimation distributed the live
That movie
action
was
part
bad.
of that, the Japanese people did not want English dub. As for Rurouni Kenshin, from what I've heard, they're testing it, but if they can't get the dubbing to sync up correctly with the Japanese part, then they're not going to do it. But they're testing it.
well,
right
that's
now.
good.
That's so hard to do, though.
It's really hard.
And just in case you guys didn't hear it, they're gonna attempt a dub for Rurouni Kenshin live action. I honestly hope that it fails and it never ever happens, because I don't want an English dub of a live action Rurouni Kenshin. I want to sit there and watch it with the subtitles on.
Yeah, I'm okay
so
with
that
subtitles.
I get more out of
Yeah.
it, and it's a lot less work to do it that way, honestly. And actually, I don't know when it is, but there's a good chance that if it all goes through correct, like soon, it could be in the next Japanese Film Festival for Dallas.
I'm ready.
Interesting.
That is my
Yeah, that'd be cool.
speculation. That is not truth. That is my speculation.
Interesting.
I hope they get a run. I hope they get a run at
Live
the
action
Angelica.
Tokyo.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When is that?
Live
What was
action
that?
what?
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach from Dweeb Factory, our boys over here.
I have an NDA. You guys can say this though. Yeah, there's a live action Tokyo Ghoul happening. And then Netflix sold the rights.
I think you
for
broke her.
Yeah. Just say it out loud so they can hear.
Live action Tokyo Ghoul. Live action Tokyo Ghoul.
And then Netflix is doing Death Note.
She's on repeat.
Oh, I knew that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was like
But
announced
the
a
live
while
action
ago.
Tokyo Ghoul, they basically announced that they want to do it, and they're
Okay,
Viz is
they
hoping
want to
that-
do it.
Okay. Well, no, it's going to happen whether
Oh, okay.
the studio buys it, but they're basically leaving it out there like this, so Netflix buys it. Just like
Nice. That would be cool.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Because
so
Netflix needs some good movies on there that
want
are
to-
not Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want to do it.
do-over.
Yeah.
Did
oh,
anybody watch
God.
the do-over?
I did.
I
Loved
did.
it.
You did?
I did.
Loved it.
Really?
I was actually surprised.
Loved it like this
And
is
was
terrible, loved it, or
Was there
loved
any-
it, loved
Was there
it?
anything else from news that we didn't cover? I'm sorry.
I think there's something like with that awesome piece sitting on the front of the table there.
Nintendo 64.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the birthday of the Nintendo
Happy birthday.
64, which we got to share on Cinelinks today.
Yes.
Our best games and some of like our fond memories
See,
of N64.
Each one of us got to select one game that was like our favorite game for N64. I
think I missed that.
That is, except for Jason, who everybody's like, oh, Legend of Zelda, oh, Conker's Bad Fur
Okay,
Day,
okay.
oh, this, and then here's Jason. I was in the Navy, and I liked this game.
Hold on.
I liked this game,
Let me-
and then I really liked this game.
Let me punctuate this.
This
When-
game punched me in the face.
I got to punch
okay,
people.
look, I'll be honest. When Jordan put that up, that was during my my training days where I was going back and forth to like base to base to base.
Yeah.
And all I had was my N64 with me and no money. So all I would do was sit in the barracks and play my N64. So yeah, I got fond memories of this thing, man. This was my jam.
This is my Nintendo 64.
It is.
And I still play it on a regular basis.
Excellent.
More than I play my Xbox One.
But this was the golden age of Nintendo.
It
right
really
here.
was.
I mean,
And look at that
besides
game. It's Super Smash Bros.
Golden Eye, Super Smash Brothers,
Mario Kart.
Oh, God,
Star
Mario
Fox
Kart.
64.
Perfect.
Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
And
That was
Majora's
mine.
Mask.
Rogue
Yeah,
Squadron
that was going too.
Was my game, man.
Yep.
There was
Did we say GoldenEye?
Yeah.
We-
Yeah.
we definitely
Bro,
said
Good.
Golden Eye.
WrestleMania 2000.
All of the THQ games that were made by
WCW versus NWO Revenge.
This thing
Bro.
had some classic titles and was the last. Honestly, when you look at this, was the last of the cartridge series.
Bro, Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie,
Oh, I love
Donkey
that
Kong
game.
64.
Yes. Mario 64.
Mario 64.
Yeah.
Which Rob said was his only game that he liked.
Which that was amazing. I read what you wrote, and I completely agree. That was an amazing game.
So this system, and like I said, this was the last great cartridge system.
Yes.
So no more. And honestly, with this one, we didn't have to go. Before
You still did. Sometimes you
yeah,
still
you
did.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Not as much.
Not as much.
as
I
Ryan.
still have to do that to my Nintendo. I'm like,
So yeah, it is
So-
only 20 years, man.
Yeah.
20 years. This was my thing. I kept this in my backpack that I would take from base to base, and put me in my barracks room. Doesn't have a TV. Good. And
Yeah.
I would just play this. This is how I save money.
So guys, definitely go read that on Cinelinks.com because we share a lot of our personal stories about that.
you played Mario
Yeah.
Tennis?
Mario Tennis
Yeah.
is so good.
Oh, wait.
I didn't find that until earlier this year.
Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could plug in your Game Boy Color
Yes.
and either play it on the TV or battle with your own Pokemon.
Pokemon Stadium was legit.
Star Fox 64 that had the Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Where I
Ooh,
put the-
yeah.
Which
had
is so
had the
funny.
Rumble Pack. You had to plug into the bottom.
Memory
and then-
cards. You
Hold on.
remember memory
Do
cards?
you have the little red thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
too. I did too.
You couldn't play Donkey Kong without it.
What was
Or
this thing?
Majora's
What was this
Mask.
thing?
Expansion. The
Yeah, it's
expansion pack.
expansion pack. Yeah.
Which made the graphics better.
I just called it the G spot.
It is. It's still what it is. That's true.
I question if we really. They didn't just need to put this damn thing in the machine.
Yeah.
Regardless, we all got it. I don't
Yeah.
know what game we got this with. but we all got
The first one, I got it for Donkey Kong.
I have Donkey Kong too, so I probably got it for that.
When we got Majora's Mask, it came with it, and it said that
That's
it would
right.
not work
Yeah.
without it.
That's the one.
Neither would Donkey
Yeah.
Kong.
We tested that theory, and it literally did not work.
Which is
without
kind of
it.
funny because you release a machine that has that port on there, but this device just mysteriously comes along.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
they knew.
exactly.
They knew that was
Yeah.
what they were gonna do.
You
They probably
guys-
didn't have the technology when they first started.
And yet we
Yeah.
still bought it. So
Oh hell
Of
yeah!
course. And like, look at the funky controller too. Nowadays,
Still my favorite
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody will make a controller.
That's
like
why I'm an
this.
Xbox guy, because the Xbox controller feels more like that to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have to say though, the only thing that would fuck me over with that controller was when I would switch to certain games, and you could and there were some games where you could either use the joystick or the control pad.
Right. Yeah.
And then there were some games that the control pad didn't work. You had to use the joystick, so you're holding it awkwardly like this, or you could only hold it like this.
Wait. Wait, what'd you say was awkward? Which way? That's
you're-
how I always played.
Okay,
I
let's put it
only
this way.
played like doing
I
that.
had a couple of games where you could
No,
only use
I was
this,
wide grip.
Really?
Yeah.
where you could always use this, but never this. And when you switch from doing that to doing that, it is very awkward because you're like, why aren't they?
Oh no,
so-
man!
Okay.
That's
So
how I
this is-
always played. I always played it like this. I never touched this side.
So
It
seriously,
was
I
always
had
like
certain
that.
games that would only.
Wow.
Oh no, you know what? I think you're right. I think I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks for bringing this over, BC.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I told you I had to have the greatest freaking table toppers for today, man.
So before we move
I
on
went to my parents' house and climbed in the attic to find this.
nice. I still actually have mine at my house. Right
I also
now.
found
Yeah,
my
me
T-Rex
too.
from Jurassic Park and my Godzilla from when I was a little kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's going up in the house.
Any Power Rangers toys?
I found a lot of Power Rangers toys, like the flip head ones. You remember those?
Oh god.
Oh my god, really?
Uh
I'll suck a dick for a
Are you serious?
Oh, I have a box full of them.
Dicks or
Full of them. We'll talk after the show, Jason.
oh. Yeah.
I think Jason just made a mess in his pants. Everybody.
I need new pants.
So
That's my seat, bro.
I'm just right now. I'm unveiling a new a brand new segment that I'm going to start doing for our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and stuff like that. And it stemmed from last night going to a screener with my wife, Alex, new wife. Yay. Yeah. Yeah, not the old wife, the new wife. So anyway, she had never seen a trailer for the BFG, and so we went to go see that movie, and it kind of came up with this idea of, let me videotape Alex telling me what she thinks the synopsis of a movie is going to be, not ever watching the trailer for the movie
Or seen news or nothing.
or seen anything for it. She had no idea what the BFG was for. She like got up, she sat down, she's looking at the screen. They've got like the little like preview thing, and it just shows Mark Rylance's giant like holding the little girl, and she goes, "The fuck is this?" And I was like, "This is the BFG." She's like, "I thought it was gonna be like an animated movie." I was like, "Nah." She's like, I was like, "What do you think it's about?" She goes, "I don't know."
Big fucking gun.
Some scary
That's
ass.
what I was leaning
like
for.
she's like some scary ass giant is stole a girl or some shit, and the girl's not afraid of the scary ass giant. I don't know. I was like, it's good, solid.
I'll be walking out of the theater and someone will be like, hey, yeah, you know, you're gonna see that BFG? I was like, oh, the big fucking giant? Nah, I don't think I'll see it, man.
Big fucking gun.
And
Bro.
everyone's like, no, it's friendly. I'm like, oh yeah, damn.
No, it's the sequel to Doom. That's what it is. That's all it is the sequel to Doom.
Which is funny because Caleb was wearing a Doom shirt. So.
Yeah, I love it. Perfect. So yeah, let's now get to picks from the rack. Is that right? Or are we not doing
There are
it?
none.
We're just gonna
I
skip
think
it.
No,
we're-
I want
think
you
we're
to
going
pick up a
E3.
comic book and tell me that I need to read it.
My comics are in my bag in there.
Let me get a comic.
They're in the bag in my back. They're in my backpack.
I think he's just gonna hand you whatever's right
Can you
behind
grab
him.
my backpack?
Here's a comic.
This is not a comic from this week.
That's a
though.
comic.
Talk about that
Tell us
comic.
about that comic.
I watched
No,
the
this
first
is not.
episode.
No, it's. No. So hey, hi. Welcome to kind of an impromptu picks from the rack, and one of my favorite series, the Max. I guess is more of an in-depth one. So they've relaunched the Max series, and if you're a fan of the old one, this is the time to get on board with this book because they brought back Julie Max. Max is got a different suit on this time around. It's still that psychological psychological head trick that Max was. So stop it. And I definitely recommend following this series. It is start out a little slow, but it is up to issue 31. They're doing a lot of character development, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But yeah, enjoyed the series. I have plenty of the Max action figures. It was one of my favorites. So yeah, Max is definitely my series to jump on board of if you guys have been out of it for a while. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Twilight Zone Shadow. This is actually another good book to pick up because it combines two of my favorite things, the Twilight Zone and the freaking Shadow. And the writer of this book messaged us on YouTube and said, I'm glad you guys liked it. It's going to get freakier from here on out. And it did. It did not disappoint. I was like, who the hell is this guy messaging me out of nowhere? Ah, it's the writer of the damn book. So, yeah, awesome. Check it out. Thank you. And that's Picks from the Rack.
Hey, nice job. Way to go.
Totally.
Only 2 picks, though?
Yeah,
fucking lazy. That's what you are, is lazy.
Someone in the other room.
Just so, God, what is
here?
wrong with
the
you?
camera.
What's wrong with you?
This hurts to look at.
So yes, now we're going to talk about some... No, not SDCC. Put that away. It is E3 2016.
Yay!
Lots to talk about. So much to talk about that we brought in Caleb.
What's up?
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is
going on?
Caleb. Our buddy, we only see you at QuakeCon.
Yeah.
From Second Opinion Productions.
Yeah, it's nice to be in this area and finally do this. I think we've been talking about doing this for a while.
Well, we've seen you like, what, 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
We only see you at QuakeCon.
I know,
but
man.
Tell us about Second Opinion Productions.
Second Opinion Productions was started years ago. We mainly got into it to kind of shit on reviewers. That was the first thing. We got into it.
This is awkward.
To really kind of get to the point of bullshit reviews. People, I remember at the time there was a review for the Blu-ray release of Mortal Kombat. That was one of our earlier ones, and I was so upset. The guy was talking about how horrible it was, how shitty it was. It makes the film look god awful. And I remember, I don't even think we knew what we were talking about, but we were like, this dude is a piece of shit. This movie meant so much to me when I was a child, and he's shitting on it just because it's in high definition. But that's what we really first kind of got into. I've worked for multiple different sites, and I got to the point of, look, I want to do my own thing. I want to do my own podcast. I was in radio for a while, and I was like, let's do podcasting, let's do reviewing, and let's see where it'll go. And then, like I said, we got tired of being more or less bossed around on multiple different sites. So we started Second Opinion. And now me and Jason have kind of parted ways. He has his thing with Nerdfensive, which he does like Comic-Con coverage and stuff, and I have Second Opinion, still mainly gaming side. Big shout out to my boy TJ. He is a real big driving force on the site now. Just wrote his Uncharted 4 review, so everything's fantastic, man. As y'all know, I've been going to QuakeCon for a couple of years.
We usually enjoy when you come around.
Yeah, man, it's so much fun, especially the party. I mean, that's one of the.
That's well, that's where like Matt and Rob and I met you the first year.
Yeah. Man, I remember where I was walking around and I think we just bumped into each other and I was like, I am getting drunk with these people.
That's what we do at the QuakeCon party.
Yeah, they got sideways.
We become friends over alcohol.
Yes, that's the best way
They
of
get
becoming
drunk.
friends. Yes.
So Caleb is our buddy, and we're glad to finally have you on.
I
the
am
show.
glad to be on the show, man.
And if you ever are in the neck of the woods, you will be on this
Oh,
show.
I will be.
So.
No offense or
But
buts.
regardless, we do have stuff to talk about. We got E3 stuff.
That's right. So much to talk about. We brought Rob on.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, everybody.
Mainly to talk about Ubisoft. That's the
That's
only
it.
thing
Yeah.
he cares about is Ubi.
So
Ubi rules the world.
it's awesome.
His world.
Until
It's
they piss
awesome.
me
That,
off.
I honestly, it's awesome that we get to go to this event. Having started
Yeah,
5
yeah.
years ago or whatever.
And Matt gets the.
I'm glad somebody from this group gets to go.
Play a lot of video games, guys.
We're all kind of jealous
Yeah.
of you, but at this point, we're like accepting. We're just glad you went.
I'm happy for you. I'm not jealous.
I want
Love you too,
okay,
buddy.
So honestly, Matt, tell us how the trip. You did say you had a better time this year.
Yeah.
You felt you were more organized, which last year was your first time.
Yeah, well, last
It
year
was-
we
it's
fell into
overwhelming
a
getting in there, but you were kind of veteran now.
Well, last year we fell into the trap that's easy to fall into of scheduling yourself too much.
Right.
And so, like, you get all these emails that are like, hey, check out my game. Come over here and look at this game. It's not what you want to do, like, at all. The first thing you want to do is whenever you get in there, or really, like, every day, pick a game you want to play. Because chances are, if you can't get, special access from the actual developer, then you're going to have to wait in line. Mm-hmm. So, first day, what we did, I mean, what was the biggest game of E3 2016?
Well,
Zelda.
Zelda. I mean, arguably that was the biggest game.
Arguably, yeah.
So that was the first one we went to. I mean, the very first. We were there at 8 a.m. First, that was kind of our own fault because we didn't realize it didn't open until noon.
We have a chat where we talk about this kind of stuff, and Matt was all over that chat.
Oh, yeah. We were there at 8 a.m.
And there was a lot of we fucking hate you in there.
Oh, yeah, so many. Oh, my God. Jordan, our editor, was just like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And I was like, I got you this shirt. And he's like, I hate you less, but I still hate you.
I hate you a little less.
But you did get me one.
I did, yeah. Titanfall 2. Got to play that. Woo! That was awesome. But yeah, no, so...
I'm black. I'm going to wear this out the store. You heard me. Don't even trip.
You only half black. That's why you got a shirt.
Oh!
Black gets nothing.
Hey, my wife is full black.
It's okay.
Okay, but she gets something else.
Yeah. You're also my side piece, though.
You're my side piece.
What's the kind of... No, not mutual? Oh.
So back to the games.
Video games and what we were speaking
yeah, so so we got to play Zelda, and then the next day, it was all about PlayStation because they had like their own app to schedule appointments and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you didn't actually wait in lines. You had an app that you scheduled yourself for.
That's cool.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. And then on day 3, it was Microsoft and Ubi. So we waited in a lot of lines, but we got a lot of gaming in, and it was a lot of fun.
So presentation-wise, comparison from last year to this year.
So last year, I feel like everything was just. It's funny to say. I feel like everything was bigger last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about all the developers that were backing out of E3.
Yeah.
They were going off and doing like EA and everything.
Yes. Well, yeah, because EA was gone. So instead, 2K took over their spot.
Really?
And so 2K had an entire New Orleans themed area for Mafia 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and so the front was all New Orleans. They had a band, they had people reading tarot cards, palm readers, all that stuff. And then the back, they had Civilization 6, they had NBA 2K17, all those. That one was pretty big. But then the big 3, Microsoft was the same. Sony was the same as last year. But Nintendo, where last year it was way more open, because they had a lot more games to show. They had Super Mario Creator, whatever that Maker, and then they had Star Fox and all the other ones.
Yeah.
This year, since they just had Legend of Zelda, it was closed off. So all they had that you could see was a stage, but it was closed off because you had to get in line, go through this cave, and then you're opened up into a giant Zelda world.
Wow.
It was incredible. They had all these screens everywhere, but surrounding that were vignettes and pictures of different landscapes of the world. They had a goblin on top of a watchtower, looking down, shooting an arrow. They had a couple of little cauldrons that cooking vegetables and meats that would rise up and start to sizzle and then go back down. Yeah, and then at one point you have Link, who he's shooting an arrow at one of the Guardians. So it was badass. It was amazing.
So basically, it was almost like a preview of what they're going to have at Universal. Aren't they having a full Nintendo Land?
Sure, probably.
At Universal. I'm pretty sure.
They're probably moving that all to Universal.
Yeah.
I have shit on Nintendo's presentation because they got one game.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's fucking Zelda.
That was the only game they needed. That really was.
What you think about is Zelda.
Look, they had a press conference where they did, or Nintendo Direct, where they did Pokemon and Zelda. They did not need to do Pokemon. Zelda was enough.
I was really hoping they would show more for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, well, they just wanted to talk about Sun and Moon.
They showed 3 new Pokemon.
Well, it's just Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but still.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, but what about the full details of Pokemon Go? I mean, now it seems like they're starting to scale things back about what Pokemon Go is really about.
I think it'll work.
Yeah.
I don't know, but originally it was you're going to be able to go out and catch Pokemon and fight Pokemon, and now it's more or less you can catch them, but you can't really use them. Is that what
I think Nintendo's at a point where they are not confident in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, right now. I can understand.
Well, that's why they're not talking about it.
Just Pokemon Go with Google Glass and just things that will.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to start breaking down everything that we saw because we are going to be covering things that we saw, what we like, what we don't like, and all that stuff. And
there's some stuff we don't like.
So many games.
It is a lot of good games. There were a lot of good ones this year.
Yeah. But we start off, we're going by press conferences.
Okay.
And
we're
we're going to start off with EA.
Let's crack the knuckles.
Now, okay, so here's the thing about EA. A lot of people with good authority shit on their presentation. Because it was awful, all right? It was god-awful, and the audience as well was not even into it. It was super sad.
Considering you were in the building, that says a lot.
Booing was there.
No booing, it was just quiet.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah.
Awkwardly quiet.
Yeah, like they would be like, hey guys, check out our new game. And it's just like...
But you know, I don't know exactly what how we have it planned out on the rundown, but with EA, I was a little more confident this year. I'm thinking, you know what? They're going to come out. They're going to realize that last year was a really big just clusterfuck. It was horrible.
Did you say fuck on this show?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You just dropped that
Fuck
bomb.
is your problem.
It was
Language.
It was huge. I mean, it was probably one of the worst press conferences I've ever seen. Something that there's no way they're going to do the same thing that they did last year, and they did the same exact.
Oh, God,
thing.
yeah.
I mean, it was mirror image of what they did. I mean, let's. Hey guys, we're really excited about this game.
Yeah.
Let's show behind the scenes of someone sitting at a desk.
I love that.
That
you could
will
have
sell
spent
our game.
You
He's
could have
gotta
spent
laugh
so
at the
much
professor.
time. You could have spent so much time and money actually working on a game when instead of like going over and showing, hey guys, let's look at you working on a game.
I like Star Wars.
So, okay.
Hey, look, there's something Star Wars in the background. Yay!
It made
So yeah, we're shitting on their presentation.
Well,
It was
it was
horrible.
terrible. It was, and what's sad was that it made you miss Pele
Yeah.
because God,
Is this
Pele was
why-
the worst
Is this
last
why they
year.
did not go do their presentation in house now?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
really don't. I think they wanted to get away from E3 because they
But
wanted
it's
more
good
time
how
with their
you
games.
said they did it. It's good how they did it.
Yeah.
Because that's San Diego Comic-Con stuff right there.
Well, it was cool because before E3 was even open, it gave people a chance to go in and experience their games and actually take time to focus on their games instead of being like distracted by all these other things like, oh wait, no, I got to go to Square Enix, I got to go do this, you know, you actually played the EA games. But let's, keeping up with the press conference though, like
So what do you
it
want to
was
do?
super sad that FIFA had more story than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh my god!
What was that?
I don't know, but whenever that guy came out and he's starting to talk, and the Alex Hunter guy, whenever he's starting to talk, I really thought it was a one-man show.
Yeah.
I thought EA had hired a one-man show to talk about their next video game, and he's just like, hey guys, so when I was working in New York City, I went by the train. Hello there, train conductor! Like, I was really expecting something like that, because he walks out and he's just like, you don't know my name, but you will.
Totally overacting.
Like, it was so
I mean, it was
bad.
horrible. It was really, really bad. And you
Yeah.
know, they actually didn't really even showcase their sports
No.
this year. They were like, hey, FIFA has a dynamic story. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Madden,
I was
whatever,
so pissed about
whatever's
Madden.
up with Madden. You're
Oh
like,
my god. I was so angry because I'm watching that and I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, here we go. Here's
Yeah.
Madden.
Nothing.
And then they're like, we've got tournaments.
yeah.
Moving on. I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
And the jumping back and forth from the United States press
Yes.
to the UK presser. That's really cool for the fans because even at the end they said, hey, you know, everybody here gets to go back here, play our games, have fun. That's really awesome. But
Yeah.
what about the people watching? Where's the content for the consumer that's at home that is sitting there watching this to expect? I mean, honestly, maybe I was way too overly optimistic, but I'm thinking, you know, they're gonna have tons of different games. They're gonna announce new games. They're gonna show this off. Now we all know the biggest hit for EA really at E3 was Battlefield 1.
Yeah, Battlefield
I mean,
1.
hands down.
Yeah. Well, that's the only game that they had really. Well, not the only one. They played. They had a lot, but
Well, let's play the trailers that we have.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing.
So yeah, I am. We're splitting them up. So I'm covering E3 this year. So let's go ahead and take a look at Titanfall 2 first. Or is that the one you have queued up?
That's one fired up.
Okay, let's take a look at Titanfall 2.
SCP-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA. I am now linked to Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Who authorized this?
We had no other options.
What are your protocols?
Protocol 1. Link to pilot. Protocol 2. Uphold the mission. Protocol 3. Protect the pilot.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Trust me.
Okay, so
I do.
Titanfall
I do,
2.
though.
Now, one of my big gripes about Titanfall when I first bought it, because I'm all about giant robots fighting other giant robots, there was no single-player campaign,
Yeah.
which I was like, fuck you. You got me.
Yeah.
I
It was
bought
just-
this fucking game, and there was no single-player campaign.
Huh, sounds like Overwatch.
Exactly! Like fucking Overwatch, you bastards! I'm playing more Battleborn, honestly, than Overwatch. But back to Titanfall 2. They have added a single-player campaign
Yeah.
where they actually give the mechs some sentience, which I'm interested in. It's almost like having a ghost, only bigger and cooler.
Did you happen to catch the voice of that?
Who
mech?
is the voice?
You didn't catch it?
I didn't catch it.
No, not
No.
not Optimus Prime.
Is it?
No,
I don't
fuck
know,
you.
bro.
Fuck you, Matt. It is not Peter Cullen doing the
Sure.
voice.
Is it?
Is that Peter Cullen?
Sounds like it's Peter Cullen.
No. You're saying sounds like.
No.
Is it Peter Cullen?
I mean, look. I
It does
swear,
sound like
it
Peter
really
Cullen.
sounds like
Hold
Peter
up.
Cullen.
Oh, wait. God damn it. No. Don't do this to me. Not on air. I will lose my shit.
This is normally how Jason has no.
No. Yes, there's lots of no's in there. Hold on. Okay. I can't even focus now. If Peter Cullen is the voice of this fucking Titan. Okay. So, yeah, Titanfall 2.
He's losing his mind.
I
So
think
a lot of people are thinking
Fuck
it's
you.
Peter Cullen, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, they've added a single-player campaign, which I'm interested in, where you and the Titan operate independently of each other, which is kind of interesting because if the robot has sentience and it's blasting things, it does not need you. So, but still,
Yeah, everybody says sounds like Peter Cullen.
my
Sounds
thing
like
is-
Peter
my
Cullen.
thing
Sounds
is
like Peter
where
Cullen.
I like PvP, but I also like being able to leave PvP and do a single-player campaign.
Yeah.
and actually have a story. So I will be buying Titanfall 2 just for that because giant robot.
Yeah.
And first-person shooter. It's everything I want. This looks really good. Definitely like the mech has a conscience. I did a personality. of its
Yeah.
own. I didn't expect that. So interesting dynamic.
I'm just
Definitely-
really shocked that you didn't expect at one point for him to be like, Titans, roll out. Because the entire time I'm watching that, I kept thinking he was going to say that.
I hope it's not Peter Cullen. I don't want it to be.
It sounded like him. There was at least 2 or 3
You
times
shut
he
up.
said some stuff when he said that his first pilot was dead.
You shut
Yeah,
up.
that really
Oh, no,
gets
you
him.
little
He did.
Yeah.
And then at one point at the end where he's like, trust me. And then he throws him. Like, I was like, damn.
I didn't even put the two together, honestly.
Which is
And
so sad.
I know. I'm such a big Transformers fan.
Yeah.
I have Blaster and Ratchet with it. Anyway.
I got
so-
to play Titanfall 2.
And what did you think of the gameplay?
I loved it. I really did. I thought that because it was just multiplayer. It wasn't the single player campaign.
I won't begrudge Titanfall for its play mechanics because
Mm-hmm.
they are very good.
It was fantastic. And I actually, the entire time, I felt like there was no one character that was overpowered. Like, I felt like every class was balanced. And they all provided their own, like, their own thing. And so it was really cool. I liked it a lot. And then the new Titans, Ion and Scorch. They were fun.
Really?
They were a lot of fun. Ooh. Like Scorch, probably more so than Ion, but Ion, I think, had the better weaponry. It was cool.
So I honestly think I am going to be picking Titanfall 2. So anyway, moving on to other games on the list. I believe Battlefield 1, which Chris, go ahead and play the video for Battlefield.
Oh man, I'm so.
You're gonna get us all killed! Ed was behind you! We can't change the world. Look how we changed the game.
So Battlefield 1 looks pretty good. I mean,
that's mostly what you saw was a cinematic trailer.
It is a challenge to keep these games fresh, I will say. Mm-hmm. So World War One, good job. Let me see what I have.
But it was really cool as far as the Frostbite engine because everything was destructible, and that was awesome.
So okay, we do have it taking place in World War One. The multiplayer will be able to include 64 players, new vehicles, of course.
Yep.
Our environments will be the Arabia, Western Front, the Alps, and game is set to debut October 21st, 2016.
The cool thing about those environments, though, the weather changes in game.
Yeah.
So, like, we were playing in North France, and a fog just came down in the middle of the entire multiplayer game, and it made flying horrible.
Well, you know, they've always, since Battlefield 4, they've had the not full, but they've tested dynamic weather. There's been levels that have had dynamic weather, as you know, they've had some dust storms cut in. Battlefield Hardline was one of the ones that really pushed dynamic weather. There's 2 or 3 levels, I think, that have dynamic weather, which are cool. But I think Battlefield 1 is going to be something that I think a lot of people that are old school gamers are really going to pick this up, because there's a lot of people out there that see games like Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, that is going so far into the future, which I'm excited for. There's a lot of people excited for it, just like what you and me were talking about with the $79 package. You get 2 games, and Modern Warfare Remastered is going to be fantastic. But with Battlefield 1, you have so much of a different dynamic. There's not many people or many companies out there that have really published a World War I title. And even EA said at the time that we're really worried about bringing this game out because a lot of consumers out there may not know anything about World War I.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's going to be a fantastic game.
It really is.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, they may not know about World War I, but when they started out this whole thing, I bought the very first game, Battlefield 1942.
Yes.
And I loved it.
Yes.
The Omaha Beach mission. And I'm not talking to Germans up on the hill.
Yeah.
You're riding up, and you got to get off those the amphibious vehicles and go up that mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, so much death.
Yeah.
And the game was awesome. I mean, they had everything back then. I mean, you know, your vehicles, your planes, and all that stuff like that. I got Vietnam after that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where I stopped playing Battlefield.
Yeah.
I didn't play all these other things, 1 and 2, and So this one actually looks really good to me, and
Yeah.
they're going even further back to World War One, and you're talking years later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was it was interesting getting to play it. I at first I didn't like it because I thought the vehicles were clunky, but whenever you got out of the vehicles and you actually were in the fight, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like I said before, the destructive environment was really cool. One problem though was you get to choose where you respawn. So you can respawn if somebody has summoned the airship or Zeppelin, then you can go in there, or you can get into a tank or a plane. One time I decided to get into a plane, and that was an awful idea because I didn't realize that the plane controls were inverted. So I don't know why inverted is still a thing, by the way. That is not a great way to play.
It's old school. It's something. So.
It's awful. So I'm going around and I'm trying to play it, and at one point I get the bright idea. I've got a gunner with me, by the way, and he's shooting around. I'm flying around, but I fly like I'm drunk because I don't know what I'm doing with the inverted stuff. So at one point I get the bright idea to pause the game and try to find the inverted function.
No.
The game doesn't pause.
No.
And so mid-air, and I'm going around, I'm like, where is it? I don't know find it. Blow up into like this house. And the house is destroyed. And I was like, well, that's cool. That's a cool feature of that. But yeah, I felt really bad for the gunner. I'm like looking around, I'm like,
who was that?
Really
sorry. I killed you.
Sorry, buddy.
So the other games showed for EA. Okay, Battlefield 1 looks good, but the other games showed were not much was showed.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda, which
Nothing.
I have details from it. The new ship is called the Tempest,
Yeah.
and you will have a customizable Mako. It's going to take place centuries after the events of the first game, and your protagonist is called Ryder.
Yep.
And he's trying to find a new place for humans to actually inhabit.
Technically, it's supposed to be a she. Because like Shepard was supposed to be a guy, Ryder's supposed to be a she, but you get to choose whatever you want.
I think it's a pretty neutral name to use. So
Yeah.
they did say we would see lots of Star Wars games, which telling me I'm going to see lots of Star Wars games and not showing me lots of Star Wars games.
They showed a scene of a guy
One
walking
scene.
out, looking up, there's a giant starship, and then gone. I'm like, really?
Now they did tease an X-Wing game for VR, which goddammit, that will pull me in.
Yeah.
Well, that was during Sony.
Well,
Yeah.
that was VR for PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's pretty much. Oh, okay. We have Madden.
They have
17.
they have the sports. So
FIFA 17.
FIFA.
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 Bro, no. Dude, FIFA makes way more money than any other game that EA produces.
It does.
Look, soccer
It's-
is just my adolescent. It's a lot of running around and trying to score and not being successful.
Obviously, yeah, that's true.
There is scoring, just not a lot of it. So anyway.
So sorry for you.
So,
no, actually, I thought FIFA was interesting. I got to play the story mode of it, and first of all, the graphics are amazing. They're incredible this go around. I played.
They are using the Frostbite.
That's
They are
about
using
all the
Frostbite.
improvement You have.
Well, I played the story mode too, and you actually choose what Alex Hunter says. So you have that option, and then you have the option too of in the game if you score the goals, or if you suck at the entire game, it affects how the rest of the game plays out.
So basically, they're doing it like a dynamic story off of Battlefield Hardline. They're having more of a
Essentially, yeah.
character-driven
Yes.
story, kind of like 2K.
But it's
does,
difficult
but-
because you can only control that player. So you're only Alex Hunter. You can't control all the rest of the 10 other players.
Yeah.
So you have to always be in line to get the ball. So you have to constantly run around, get into a good position. Hopefully they force you the ball. Then you run over and you try to get a good
I don't
score.
know if I would like
it's
that,
tough.
though, man.
It's so tough.
I don't know. Didn't they do that with Madden? There's a
feature.
Showcase? No, it wasn't.
Well,
a
no, they
showcase.
still have it to where you can create your own player.
And you're just
that player.
I see, and I
so
hated
unless
it.
you're quarterback,
Yeah.
you're never on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was
We
a
got-
kicker one year, so.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's
that
awful.
is EA, but I do have to. We have a lot of games to cover.
True.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can read more about all of this because I did a recap for every day on cinelinks.com. So check it out.
Yes, you can check that out on cinelinks.com.
You not read my
Cinelinks.com.
recaps?
Editorials and more. Keep it on
Thank you.
cinelinks.com.
Thanks, Chris, for reading my recaps. Did you not read my recaps?
Jason, I did not read your recap.
Why the hell didn't you read my
I
recaps?
didn't. I feel
Too long.
bad.
It's
now.
okay. You can read it later.
Okay,
You're
I
not
will.
obligated to. Yeah, they are.
Yes, Matt did
get a
do like
pass.
a war journal of his time.
I do it. Jordan actually really loved him. So, damn
I
it.
did think it was good. I won't begrudge. I did think it was.
Oh, what's your pity? You didn't read them either.
Hey, blue orange
Fuck
shirt.
you, I
just-
read 'em.
Come on.
No, you didn't read them?
I skimmed them.
Yeah, I skimmed them.
Okay.
I looked
still
for the
skimming?
pictures.
I
So,
skimmed because I didn't have time to actually read.
that's okay. No worries.
So, what's next?
The next press conference that happened was Bethesda.
Ooh, man.
Night and day compared to
Oh
EA.
my God.
Let's move off the suck and move on to the
Yes.
So
Shit.
I actually got to attend Bethesda, and what was really cool, it was in the LA hangar, which
Yeah.
I didn't realize was a big presentation area, but it's basically an old hangar that got refurbished for these kind of events. So we got in there, and the entire stage was arched. So they had a screen that arched up,
Yeah.
and then the regular stage, and it all just kind of came up as well. It was an amazing experience. I absolutely loved it. And Bethesda always pulls it off.
Oh, always. Yeah.
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 Because what they did was they showed Quake, which nobody saw that one coming.
Dude.
Well, Quake Champions. Quake
Champions.
Yeah, different.
I remember downloading this damn game when I had a 56K modem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest of the games, as far as Elder Scrolls, they just announced the new card game,
Yeah.
which was okay. I got to play it. It was
Yeah.
all right. It's like a mixture between Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. That's about
Yeah.
it. And then they also announced that they're releasing or re-releasing Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Okay, so holy fucking
Yeah.
shit!
It looks amazing.
Jesus.
Please
Yeah.
stop cursing.
I'm
on our
sorry.
show.
Fuck.
Haley program,
It-
sir.
We don't have language like that on our program.
Gosh,
Hey,
so
man.
horrible.
You are
Second opinion.
But it was really gorgeous. Like the water, man. The
You
water
know what's
got me.
crazy is that with like Quake, I was talking about it a couple of days ago. Quake was not leaked, but it was mentioned about a year and a half ago
Yeah.
in a
Right.
job application of you can have a chance of working on legendary titles like Doom and Quake. Obviously, they're not going to put that in there if you're not going to work on it.
Right.
So I've been talking about it for a year and a half, saying Quake is coming back with the release of Doom, it coming to a re-release, and also Wolfenstein with it being heavily praised. Why would they not bring Quake back? It wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense for them not to, especially with at QuakeCon, which all of us go to. You see that the tournaments that they have there, they've been using the same game
Yep.
for years, so they're still going to use it. But this also with people. There were more or less some people shitting on Doom's multiplayer. It's not fast. It's not Quake-like. You know, there was a lot of people saying that when it first
Really?
released. Yes,
Yeah.
that it wasn't quick enough.
Huh.
But you know, you can.
When I
you
played the
can-
beta, I thought it was really
I
quick.
thought
I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
it. But there was a lot of people that were saying that it wasn't as quick as Quake. But now Quake is coming out, and it's going to be hopefully
How much
just
faster
as
they expect it to be.
well, you know, you see the Quake tournaments that go on every year. I mean, they're super fast. You
Yeah.
know, you remember Quake? It's really, really fast-paced gameplay. So, but you know, Bethesda hits it out of the park every year. And if anything, I really think companies like EA, Nintendo, Ubisoft didn't do bad, but like Ubisoft, I think they should take a lot of advice from how Bethesda does their press conference.
Ubi did way too many interviews.
They did.
They
A lot.
and they
Yeah.
pushed too. And we'll get to that in a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
But I loved though. One of my favorite ones was Prey.
Oh, dude.
The re-release, not the
Yeah.
re-release, but the
A
reboot of Prey.
reboot, which he said it wasn't a reboot. It's more or less, it's their own take. But it's just
Yeah.
the same thing that Machine Games did with Wolfenstein. They
But
changed the dynamic.
Man, it looks so good.
It looks amazing, man.
So what Bethesda videos do we have?
Oh,
We actually have Dishonored 2 and Prey.
Oh.
go ahead and shoot Prey.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's going to take me a second.
Well,
Okay.
which one do you
Yeah.
need to play first?
Well, we got Dishonored 2 first.
Well, let's go ahead.
Well, Dishonored 2 was the main event, so let's talk
Yeah.
about
Wait.
Dishonored 2 for a moment. Or I guess we'll play it. Go for it.
Play the trailer.
take your silver spoon and dig your grave. Wake up in the morning, see your sunrise lost to go down, to go down. Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Walk on, ancient queen, follow those who pale in your shadow. Rulers made by lovers, you better put your kingdom up for sale, up for sale. Did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Now tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home? Go home. Go home. Pale shadow.
So,
Yeah, I love
Dishonored
I'm
2.
very excited for Dishonored. We were talking about that for a second, and I love the fact that they're releasing Dishonored 1 with Dishonored 2.
Yes.
A lot of
Yeah,
companies are doing
I
that.
love that.
We were talking about that earlier. It seems like a lot of companies are getting to the point of saying, you know what, we've already got this released. It'll more or less get gamers the point of having one price point with 2 games, and you can basically have a full playthrough. There's a lot of live streamers out there nowadays that want to do these 24-hour live streams, especially with all the charity events that are going on now. So this is a perfect thing for it. So.
A lot of console people are doing that as well. Well, like Tomb Raider. Like they
Yeah.
released Tomb Raider, the full version, before they released Tomb Raider 2, which I didn't buy the first Tomb Raider, but damn it, that made me buy Tomb Raider 2.
That was a great one. The first Tomb Raider was great.
It really was.
But I love the gameplay of Dishonored 2 that they showed. I love the fact that you can choose one of the 2 characters, and whatever you choose, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Like, they have different takes on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
I have to play as Emily, though.
Yeah, you have to.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you can then go back and play
as Corvo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the look of the first game was really, really good. So I can see it as a series that definitely deserved a sequel.
Well,
so
yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to say, another thing, they announced the collector's edition.
Yep.
For $100. Looks fantastic. It comes with a full-size Corvo mask.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember seeing those in the cases at QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had those still over at E3.
Yeah.
They made like a giant area for Dishonored 2, where it looked like you were inside their study. And it was beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was filled with like little things, like little levers and like things you can press and stuff that like change things in the entire place. It was awesome.
Wow. Yeah. So so Dishonored 2 definitely looks like something to pick up.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pick it up just because I did enjoy the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like they improved on things from the first one.
Yes, I mean I think that they're not going to punish you for being good in the second Dishonored 2.
Yeah. Really punished for being good.
So let's go ahead and we already talked about Prey, but let's go ahead and show you the trailer for Prey.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office. There is no duration set for this meeting. There is a 3 p.m. meeting in TranStar Conference Room A to greenlight research and development plans. Please confirm your attendance prior to arrival. The most recent test results from the Cybertron. Good morning. morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office. There is no direction. Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment.
Good morning, Morgan. Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
Good morning, Morgan. You're not going to like what I have to say next.
He doesn't do anything.
Okay.
So what was the for?
I don't know. I honestly don't know how to feel. I like the look of this game, but I don't have high hopes for it. I don't know why either.
I think it looks cool.
It looks.
It's coming from Arcane, though.
Same people who did Dishonored.
Why am I not as excited for this?
Probably because you didn't see any gameplay. For
No,
it.
I think if anything, did you play? You played original Prey.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I think if anything, a lot of people are kind of. It was very exciting when they were like, Prey is coming back. You were like, oh, awesome. I think it's more or less that Prey is kind of changing. Because in 2011, at Seattle,
it might
Pax
be just
Prime,
I'm apprehensive of it.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Are you going to cuddle me like the last one? You know.
Huh?
It's like, are you going to cuddle me? You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's in 2011 when Prey 2 was still happening.
Yes.
The trailer, the actual direction of the game was completely different.
Yeah.
You know, I remember at Seattle PAX Prime, I walked up to the booth, and the first thing I saw was a giant dragon for the Skyrim section, and then a huge, they had Rage to the left, they had Prey 2 in the middle. And I remember standing for a second. I was so stoked for Skyrim, but I was like, man, Prey looks really sick. But when they showed off this trailer, I didn't know what to say, man. I was in awe of knowing that it was going to be a psychological aspect this time around instead of like, well, he's hunting aliens, he's doing this and this. It looks way better. It looks like they actually have not just revamped the story, but revamped the gameplay completely.
So it's kind of cool too because you're watching the trailer and I don't think anybody realized that was Prey.
No,
I
was like, what is this? I'm thinking it's one of the unannounced. You know, obviously,
it's an original game.
I'm thinking there's no way that it's going to be something.
And then when they said it was Prey, I was like, no way.
Yeah, he showed himself looking in the mirror. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it said Prey. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
man. I was
it looks so good. So then once the Bethesda conference was over, they actually had a separate area for people to eat, have fun, game, and watch Blink 182.
Yeah. And then, is that when they gave y'all the beer and turkey leg?
Yes.
Yeah.
They gave us a lot of turkey legs.
Leg dude standing back there on the stream. He's like,
yeah. I was me. But the entire time we waited in line for Bethesda VR.
Yeah.
Because they had Fallout 4 and Doom, and unfortunately the line was so horrible, and they did not maintain the line as well as they should have, so people were cutting in and out. Yeah. So we weren't able to actually play it, so we spent 2.5 hours doing nothing basically.
Oh.
So, but we ate a lot of good food, and Blink 182 decided to perform for us, so that was cool. So yeah, that was Bethesda. Yeah, it actually they did a pretty good show. But then the next one was Microsoft the next day.
Yes, Microsoft, which Xbox player here, so yes. I guess what I'm most excited for is actually not most excited for, but I am very excited for, considering we saw a little bit of it last year, but Recore. Chris, could you go ahead and play that video we got for Recore?
I got the trailer right now.
Tell them that I told you, won't be any longer. Devil gonna leave you, he's heading over yonder. Tell them that I told you, I told you, I told you. Whoa, whoa. When you're rolling like a stone, when you're shaking in your bones, I'll be waiting here for you. When you're running from your ghost and there's nowhere left to go, 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 go.
Recore, I am really excited for. I was excited for this game when we saw it last year.
Yeah.
At E3, but we didn't see any gameplay or anything. But that cinematic trailer sold me.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I love the theme of it with taking the cores from robots and putting them into others. It looks very good and looks a little bit, something different. So
Yeah.
I'm totally ready for Recore.
It was actually really fun to play. It was.
Oh, God, I hate you. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
it was.
I mean, I love you.
I love
Fuck
you too.
I love you.
I waited in line on the last day to play Recore, and man, that was a blast.
Really?
It's very interesting the way that they do it. They made it to where your companions, you must fight with them, otherwise you're going to lose. Doesn't matter what you do. You have to play with them, otherwise you're going to lose. And so you constantly have to press like the is that A was the Y? You have to press the Y button to have them use their abilities, but then you can switch them out because once they've used up their abilities in battle. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Really?
So yeah, because if they've exhausted all their power, they're useless. So then you switch them out, they no longer can get attacked.
Wow.
But then the other one can shoot all theirs while that one's recharging.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you actually have to match up your ammo with the color of the enemy. So say your enemy's blue and you're using white ammo,
it's not going
to work.
Wow.
So you have to use blue.
That's
but
nice, man.
If you're battling like four different colors, you have to constantly be switching out. So it's tough.
Oh,
So it's challenging.
Yeah.
Recore had me excited last year when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hate that it fucking took another year to see more of it. But yeah, I'm sold on Recore. So also, but looks good, but we got other stuff. I gotta move on. So what's the other video we have ready?
It's
Scalebound.
This is the one that I was. Look,
I'm still very hesitant about it.
Stop putting your finger in my face.
It has dragons and it has fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how this game has gone below the radar so much, but
because they haven't shown anything. I mean, they showed it at Gamescom last year,
Maybe
and then they showed this.
Maybe it's me and fighting, and you get to fight with dragons.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's just
even my wife and I were watching this trailer, and we were like, "If the game controls don't suck on this, this is my game of the year."
But we don't know if the game controls don't suck or
And
not
that
because
is, and that is the big question.
nobody's been able to play this game.
They didn't have it playable at E3 at all?
That is the
They
question
didn't even.
about this
They
game.
didn't even have a marquee for
But
Scalebound.
I'm hoping that Scalebound is the crackdown of this genre.
It'd be nice.
We don't know.
Crackdown was a surprise hit. I'm really hoping so.
But we don't.
Did they give her a release date for anything?
No.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It could be the next Last Guardian.
Yeah.
It is 2017 years old.
We don't know. And then at the same time,
Regardless,
you
It
know,
could be. Hey, it could
you've
be the
also-
next layer.
Regardless,
This could be a linear game that you're like super excited
So
about.
much.
Yeah.
We do have a trailer for it.
Well, we're not shitting on it. We're just telling you to be
Please
calm
play
down.
that trailer.
Wonderful. Hardly seems like a fair fight. Just one of you against all of us. Let's go, big guy! Alright, how are we gonna do this? Too far from my bow! It's getting close! Going up! Okay, let's drop some bombs in this thing! It's underwater! Stay on it! It's back! The shell is opening up! Hit the pink out things! Go me!
All right, so
Like, I'm excited for this game, but there's no context for this game.
you know what? I will admit this is more me hoping there's more to this game
Yeah.
than what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because this is right along with things that I like.
Yeah.
As far as like, okay, so the gameplay, as far as our research, you play this character called Drew. You're in the world of Draconis. You're bonded to a dragon who's called Thuban. As far as it's AI controlled, but you can actually give it commands. He also has a dragon arm, which gives him certain abilities and everything, which you
So-
saw in the trailer.
He's Dante?
It's coming out in 2017. There is a single-player campaign. There's also a 4-player co-op. But I can't look. I will admit, I want more from
Bro,
this game.
no. As soon as you saw the trailer, you crowned it best of E3.
I was like,
And
fucking
I'm like,
yes.
you don't know anything about this game.
It looks like what's it? Dante's.
You mean Devil May Cry?
Yeah, Devil May
Now,
Cry.
who was
But it's a dragon.
who was the main character from Devil May Cry 4?
That was Dante.
That was Dante.
Well, there was Dante, and there was the secondary character that should. No, Virgil was his brother.
No, Virgil was his brother. Yep.
Yeah, but no, hang on. Devil May Cry 4, that came out on PS3, Xbox 360. It was focused around a different character. I'm gonna have to search.
Oh,
his
I don't
name.
know.
He had a
Dante,
dragon.
but
No,
was-
he had a dragon arm.
Oh, God. I
What
don't
the hell
remember
was
that
his
fucking
name?
Guy.
But that's what I'm thinking. That's
know
whenever
it's
I saw
with
him.
the glowing arm.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
I
yeah.
picked the right game. It's the same thing.
But
with
anyway,
dragon.
regardless, I will admit I am biased on this one because I want more from this game because from the gameplay it looks like something I want to play.
Yeah.
But with the abilities and everything, yes, it does look like a Devil May Cry ripoff. But yes, I want more from Dragon Scale and Scalebound. So I'll go ahead and take that hit that I'm biased on this game because
No, it's okay.
Dragons. But it looks good.
All right.
Even my wife was saying when we were watching, she was like, "Okay, the game controls are fucked up on this game."
Yeah.
Which there's got to be something bad.
Like what but what they show in the video of the actual gameplay. There's a couple of times that I was almost as upset with that as I was with the Final Fantasy 15 gameplay
All right.
that they showed off. So.
Oh God, yeah, I completely agree.
I guess it's more of me wanting more from this game.
You've said that 14 times. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so the other games we have are We Happy Few, which looks like something out of BioShock.
Yeah, it's an indie developer though, And it's just the art director did a wonderful job, but she tried to make it more like.
Did you play this one?
No, Eric did, but she tried to make it more of like Clockwork Orange more than anything else.
Okay.
And so it's very interesting because the way the game works is you are a inhabitant of 1960s England.
1964 Wellington Wells.
Right, but the World War II took a different path. So like everybody takes joy in order to feel better, in order to like really like. So basically, they are so obsessed with having joy that they take a pill. And so you're off your meds and you're trying to basically get out.
Yeah.
But everybody that approaches you wants you to take your joy, so they will knock you out, force feed it to you. And if you get force fed joy, then you're done. You don't remember anything, and you have to restart from the beginning.
So I have more in the game. You play as a character called Arthur Hastings. Basically, he sees a story involving himself and his younger brother.
Yeah.
This caused him to stop taking his joy, which causes all the other problems. Which most of the game is spent trying to escape from Wellington Wells.
Yeah.
So it's not much of a BioShock kind of like.
Well,
game.
This studio.
Equilibrium, the video game.
Yes. Well, the studio
without the Grammaton clip.
The studio that created this game, there was a good chunk of the team that was from Irrational Games, that was cut from Irrational Games.
Yeah.
So that's why it looks a lot like the BioShock. And it kind of has a similar story. You're playing this guy that's trying to escape. I mean, and it looks pretty damn creepy, especially when they're hitting the pinata.
It's a
and
rat.
you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, that's a rat
sick.
that they're eating.
Yeah.
That was pretty disgusting. But at the same time, I think it has a lot to offer. Do I think it has a tendency of having no replay value? Yes.
That is a problem with BioShock.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to really have much to offer unless it has a really heavy dynamic story. So.
What the developers have said, they're going to be adding a lot of content to the
I hope so.
Apparently, they're going to be adding a lot of content, is what Professor's saying.
I like the sound of that. Okay, so the other games that we saw from Microsoft, a new Halo game, but it's Halo Wars 2, so fuck you.
We can move on with that. Yeah.
Gears of War 4, which
we knew that one.
The son of
but it looked
Marcus
cool.
Phoenix.
Yeah, we knew that one.
And Aya Stroud, which is JD Phoenix. Everything is going to take place 25 years after the first game.
Yeah.
So
it looks good.
It looks good.
The one that I'm excited for, State of Decay 2. Yes. The trailer for State of Decay 2 looks better than State of Decay 1.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's just another zombie game.
Yeah.
It is a zombie game. And
so over zombie games.
I think that we saw less zombie games.
Shoot, they showed another Dead Rising game. I mean, come on.
And
you had two zombie games.
Well, also we had Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah.
Why are so many games using Horizon in the title?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's, the future of gaming is on the horizon. Yeah, I mean, what else was there on the Microsoft? There wasn't much else after.
No, but they announced Scorpio, and that's the kind of the biggest thing that they talked about.
And you know what? People have given Microsoft a free pass on this because they're like, oh, Scorpio, it's a new Xbox.
Not
system.
everybody's giving it a free pass.
No, I'm not.
No. They gave it a free pass when they did that shit for Xbox 2. Okay? When they took the cover off of the Xbox 360 and look, oh, this slimmer, faster system. We gave them a pass when they did that shit 2 years ago.
No, okay, so here's...
So they did the shit again.
Now, here's the problem, Jason, is that it's not so much they announced Scorpio. Fine, whatever, do whatever the hell you want. It's the fact that in the same press conference, at the beginning of it, they announced the Xbox One S, which is their slim version.
God.
And then at the end...
We've seen them do this.
Right. Then at the end, they announced Scorpio, which they're like, this is going to be the fastest, most powerful console
6,000 teraflops.
So it's like, wait a second, hold up. Why the hell am I buying an Xbox One S then?
Yes.
Exactly.
What's the point of this? Like,
I agree. And, and this is one thing me and TJ were talking about. We hadn't had a chance to do our full overview of E3, but Xbox One S, right out the bat, they said it's 40% lighter. I like the form factor. I like the way it looks, the color, it's
cheaper too.
Yes, the higher res graphics, the 4K resolution for the video. It's going to be cheaper. $299 is a great price point. $399 if you want a 2 terabyte system.
Yeah,
which is a good price. But just like what you said, what is the fucking point of buying the console if next year they're coming out with a 4K gaming console?
Probably because they're going to release... Well, I was actually going to say that they're going to release Scorpio at a higher price, but they've even rumored that it's going to be at $399.
Yeah.
So what's the point? You're telling me nothing.
Because what they said a while ago was that...
I will admit...
When PlayStation said they were coming out with the 4.5, Microsoft said, we're not doing that. What, VR? Hey, the Xbox Scorpio.
Yeah.
Coming to you soon.
And I said,
so that's a 1.5.
I will admit, we gave Xbox a pass when they did the shit with the smaller, slimmer system, and then Xbox One.
Well, I think the reason why they did it, not to interrupt, I think the reason why they did it is because there was a lot of rumors right before, probably a month before the show, that PS4K was going to be shown off.
4.5, yeah.
4.5 was going to be shown off, and they were like, okay, well, we can show off our 4K console, but how are we going to beat Sony? How are we going to come out of how are we going to come out swinging? Well, the best way to show it off is show off our console that nobody even knew was really happening at the time outside of a name.
No, they didn't even show off a console.
No,
they showed off. They pulled a trick out of EA's book.
Yeah,
and they did developers talking about what they want from a console.
They did an Apple press conference.
Yes,
they showed off the Xbox One S, and then they showed off developers saying it's got 6,000 teraflops, man. Do you understand what that is? 4K gaming. You're like, whoa,
we
PC
wanted
gaming?
to create a world where we could just do whatever the fuck we wanted.
Yes.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all I have for EA. Tekken 7, which you didn't want me to
You mean
cover,
Microsoft?
Microsoft.
For Microsoft.
You said EA.
But Tekken 7.
They didn't show anything for Tekken 7.
They showed Akuma from Street Fighter, which.
But they showed Akuma. Originally, Tekken 7, there was a possibility it was going to be PlayStation 4 exclusive. Go ahead. I was going to say when it showed off, I was actually like, oh shit, okay, it's coming to the Xbox.
Which I will even give them credit because they made Tekken Tag 2 available for a free download on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Which, go get that game because it is actually a fun game to have. I like playing Tekken Tag.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tekken.
Ubisoft is next.
Ubisoft.
Yeah,
take it.
Yeah.
With fighters.
Let's
Take it away, Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
Oh God.
Let's just show that first video.
You're an Ubisoft whore. You know that?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But I'm just waiting for them to disappoint me.
I offer the people a choice: to follow me or oppose me. If you follow me, I feed your families, give you shelter, medicine, and jobs, shield you from the tyrants, allow La Santa Muerte to protect you from death. I give you power. I make you rich. But most of all, I let you rule like kings. But for those that oppose me, I have only one thing to offer. A promise. To take everything you love and destroy it in front of your eyes.
the king.
Oh my god.
Okay, man, wow, what a game, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah.
Now, this is a game that me and my buddies played years ago on PC, the first Ghost Recon games that came out with all the additions and supplements. And we played this thing for 2 years, every night.
I think you're going to be doing it again.
So,
I'll be honest with you. Because
when this one comes out, I am getting this Ghost Recon game because I've been waiting for this game for about 2 years now.
Yep.
Really?
Something like that.
This
yeah.
is,
Okay.
it was...
When I first heard the announcement for this, I was like, oh, when?
This was the longest game I waited for in line at Ubisoft. And honestly, I think it might have been the best game I played at Ubisoft. It was so much fun. And I was telling these guys, I think it's better than Division. Like,
What?
Yeah. Because the way you do it, you're going around and you're taking down the Bolivian cartel, and it's open world. You go wherever the hell you want. You go into a mission, and a mission leads into another mission, which leads into another mission, and you can attack that mission in any way you want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's
I
so
almost
much
feel bad
fun.
here.
You get to ride helicopters. You get to control the helicopter. You get to fly into areas using a parachute. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
The one thing I saw about the game that I really liked was it said, they'll give you a mission, you can do it any way you want.
Yep. Yeah.
And there was one, they had a sniper out there, a guy's running up behind someone.
Yeah.
Sniper, pink, takes him out. Guy just keeps running, runs in the door.
Yeah.
And they did almost a stealth mission for that one, but they say you don't have to do that. You can just go in guns blazing.
Yeah.
Just do whatever way you want to complete the mission, just do it.
And
So-
it was really cool, because it involves a lot of simultaneous strikes. If you really want to get through a mission clean and effectively, it involves a lot of conversation with your friends. So it's like, okay, 2 guys are going to be up here on the sniper, perch, and they're going to take out these 2 guys, while 2 ground people, the ground team, will come in and actually handle the entire business.
Well, there's not many games that do that really
Yeah.
anymore. That really heavy. I know Rainbow Six Siege tried.
Yeah, it did.
But in my personal opinion, I feel Rainbow Six Siege failed in that aspect because a lot of gamers that bought that game were Call of Duty gamers. You have to have
tactical. Don't know what Rainbow Six is.
No, they don't. No. But I can totally understand why you're super stoked for the game. It's going to be fantastic. I'm really, really excited about it.
One of the coolest parts, though, was the experience of playing the demo, because normally you're playing with a dev, and they're kind of just like, okay, yeah, go do this. Hey, go do this. But we had a dev on our team, but we also had a guy behind us talking to us the entire time. So, Rob, you sit over here. So,
oh my God.
you're basically playing the game, and the dev is right behind you, and he's like, all right, Red Leader. All of us are in position. We're ready to shoot. Effective when ready. And so the guy over there is just like, okay, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and, okay, we've killed them all. Let's keep going. Let's do this. And then the other guy's like, all right, everybody is on the helicopter, sir. And base jumping in 3, 2, 1, drop. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I actually think it was cool. Yeah, I'm with you.
It was
would
cool.
be cool. Somebody giving you instructions.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could find somebody to play with you that would fully do that, we're going to have to play Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yes.
You're going to be doing that the whole time.
I will. I won't even play. I'll be as just a spectator in the back, just be like, okay, team, engage. Stuff like that,
Who is that right now? It's our team liaison. He's just letting us know what we're doing.
I loved it. It was awesome.
We got from these guys?
So next thing we got coming up is South Park.
Oh God!
Fractured Butthole.
Yes.
Hey, give the title fully.
The Fractured Butthole.
Fractured.
Say it again.
Butthole.
Say it again.
Fractured Butthole.
Okay.
You happy?
It doesn't get old.
It doesn't. But I loved it.
So
that was awesome.
They had their stick of truth, and they said, I think after that game, they said they weren't making anymore.
They did.
But they had to make this one because money.
So it's basically like this. Do you want a civil war?
What?
Exactly.
That's what they. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
exactly
they're doing their
Civil
version
War,
of Civil War.
Yeah. They're doing their own version of Civil War with it.
Yeah,
so.
they are. It's the whole Marvel thing. They're actually talking about. There was one part where Cartman was talking about the movie rights and all that, and
they compare it to Marvel and DC.
Play the video,
I
play
love
the trailer
it.
and let people see what it is.
All right, here we go.
I'm so excited.
Why did we choose this life? Why did we become superheroes? We dedicate our lives to fighting crime for one reason: to make $1 billion on a superhero franchise. Now let's go through the plan one more time. First, we start with the Coon movie. Then we do the Super Craig movie. Then Super Craig and Coon will join forces in the Human Kite movie just as we start ramping up Kenny's Netflix series. How come I have to have the Netflix series? I want a movie too. You have a movie, Mysterion. You're in the third Coon and Friends United movie after your Netflix series. Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't ever get his own movie. Do I get my own movie? Not everyone gets their own movie.
This franchise plan sucks. If we want to make billions of dollars, then I think we should start with the Tupperware movie.
Right, start with a black superhero.
Marvel is making a black superhero movie.
Yeah, now! They waited years to get to that. We follow their plan. We do all the real people first, and we sneak the black guy in phase 3.
How about we just do movies starring all of us, like all the time? But then we're just rehashing the same old material.
There's nothing wrong with doing the exact same movie to start a franchise.
Okay, J.J. Abrams.
Okay, so you're on Cartman's side?
He just likes this plan because he gets 2 movies in phase 1.
Guys! We have to just go with this plan. We don't even have one movie yet!
How did it get to this? How did we grow so far apart?
You go with the plan. Maybe we'll just go and do our own franchise. Yeah! Oh, you want Civil War? Is that what you want? Yeah, dude, Civil War, you. Oh, you, get out of my house!
We'll make way more money on our franchise.
Go ahead, I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics.
I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3.
Shut up, Super Craig. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice.
Did I just hear someone use a microaggression?
Available December 6th. Get the Stick of Truth free with purchase.
I love the fact that you can get Stick of Truth with this game.
Yes,
Like
Stick of Truth was actually very good. And
I actually did not play that game, but I'm thinking I'm going to get this one.
You can get it free.
So basically, you're saying that the Stick of Truth will be inside of the fractured butthole.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. He is one of us now.
One of us.
One of us.
You hear this, TJ? Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Like I said, Dara played it, and I was in the other room, and she's screaming from the back of the apartment, "Come in here! Come here!" So I run in there, and on the screen there's small versions of your character, and your parents are having sex in the background. It is probably one of the most hilarious, crazy scenes in a video game I have ever seen.
Wow.
It was totally ridiculous, and I remember she finished it. She said, "I loved that game. I did not expect her to like it." So
That's awesome.
I'm very excited about this game.
Keeping up with that, I love the next scene that they showed about your character's backstory.
Yeah.
And about how, like, he woke up one night, he couldn't sleep, he goes over to his parents' room, and he finds his dad fucking his mom.
Yeah.
And they're like
what?
What?
Everyone dads fuck their mom.
At least
that's how it works. That's why we're here.
Yeah. I loved that.
It was great in the demo, too, of how they showed him, like, he went to his door, and then he kind of bunched it. He's like, "Bro, just go to your fucking door, man."
I love that.
Yeah.
And you get to pick, like, between 3 different classes. One's, like, Flash, and then there's, like...
a speedster,
there's, I can't remember the other ones.
I can't remember the other ones, but there's 3 main.
Like a Hulk type. Well, it's a speedster, an energy user, and I think like a
strength one.
Strength
Yeah. But yeah, that one looks amazing. Eric actually said he got to play it, and he said it is bigger and it is funnier than Stick of Truth. And that
it being funnier than Stick of Truth, I'm really excited because there was
That's
so
a
many
big claim to make.
Yeah, there was a lot of spots in Stick of Truth that were just. It was almost as shocking as most of the times that you would see on the show.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Okay, so our next game, we don't have a video for it. but it's just the Division.
Yeah.
The updates they're doing. They have the Underground update that's coming in about 2 months, something like that.
Yeah, we can
I've
pass on
actually
that.
started playing Division again just because of this.
And for their 30th anniversary, 30
what?
years of business.
Really?
Ubisoft they're giving you 3 uniforms in Division. One would be a Rainbow Six uniform,
Okay.
Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell.
Okay.
That's a game they haven't made in a while.
And
that would be nice.
I had a video for Survival, which is the next DLC that they have coming out.
Fine.
I mean,
Just keep
it looks
going.
good, whatever, but it's Division. If you're still playing, you're gonna buy it. If
Yeah.
you're not, then you're not gonna get it. So
Yeah.
whatever. Ubi also had their VR stuff out there. They had Eagle Flight.
That
which
looked
is a
cool.
Game you just fly through.
Yeah.
That looked fun.
They did a capture the flag type
Yes.
thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And
It's Capture the Rabbit.
and the Star Trek Bridge Crew.
I'll get that.
Both of them looked okay. I mean, once you stop fangirling or fanboying over the whole Star Trek thing and actually watch this video, it's
basic.
It's
It really is.
It's
Well,
really
okay, so I don't know if y'all heard, but the professor said, I'm going to buy that game. Here's my problem with that game, Chris.
Okay.
Get 4 people who have a VR headset
Here we
together
go.
and also have Star Trek crew. Seriously, think of 4 people that are going to have the same VR device and Star Trek crew.
It would be.
I hate Matt, but he has a great point.
They expect, like, the people that are pushing VR say it's only 3 to 5 years before everyone has a one VR set with them.
Oh,
Sure, yeah.
He's coherent. Drink.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
3 to 5 years, sure. Yeah, everybody might have one, but I'm saying for now, like, that game doesn't look like it's developed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it looks like a cool concept.
It does.
I think. I mean, if anything, if there are people out there that are huge Star Trek fans that have wanted something like this for a long time.
Those are the ones I am banking on.
Yeah, I think they'll get it. No ifs, fans, or buts. Especially if they
which is why I said once you stop fangirling or fanboying over it and really look at it. But
it's not going to be a big money
but
maker.
The big fans are just going to go, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's Star Trek.
I get to be in the ship.
It's like, look at me, I'm Geordi, and you trip
Yeah.
break your leg or something like that.
I'm in Star Trek.
I would love it.
Holodeck.
I would love it if they put on the headset and they look down like, oh, I'm wearing a red shirt. No.
I'm dead.
So 2 more games we have from them is Watch Dogs 2, which got a lot of hate recently because the protagonist is a black guy.
No, the guy's
black
awesome.
guys can't use computers.
They can say the same shit about Mafia 3.
I'm actually
So-
very excited. I like this character more than I like the old character already.
Thank you.
I already
I
did.
mean, I haven't played the first Watch Dogs. I'm supposed to borrow it from you at some point.
Actually, I think Kevin has it, so I'll have to.
Oh, okay. Well,
Schaefer?
I wish you would have told me. I could have given you my copy because Watch Dogs 1 sucked.
It wasn't
It was
great.
horrible.
It wasn't good.
I think the only person that really liked it within our group was Chris, right?
It had its problems.
It was, but we all know, as much as I love Ubisoft, they've downgraded their games. They show them off the first time, and they're stupendous looking.
Yep.
Compare the 2011 footage of Watch Dogs to the 2013 footage of Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
That is
It
a good
looks
point.
like 2 completely different games visually. If they would leave it alone and leave it at that high-powered visual aspect.
Thank you, Zach.
One thing I loved about the Watch Dogs first video is they had the steam rolling across and had dynamic weather, and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a badass game. But then they showed off, I guess a year later or 2 years later, the gameplay, and it's totally different.
Yeah.
There was no dynamic weather. It was very bland color scales. So that's what I'm hoping they don't do that.
Well, I think the biggest problem too is the fact that the character development wasn't there. I didn't care at all what was going on, but already with what they've done and what they've shown us with Watch Dogs 2 and San Francisco and everything that they're doing, I like the characters a little more.
Yeah, but you got the group DeadSec, which for the way they talk about it, what they're doing, it sounds almost like Anonymous to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except they're a bit more active.
Yeah.
But,
It's also a bigger team.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also showed For Honor, which was fun.
Which
and then
looks good.
It was really good actually.
I like that
there aren't many
being manipulated.
Yes, there aren't many times that I would say the word dope, but after I played For Honor, I was like, that game
No,
is
you should
dope.
never say that.
You should never ever say
Nah,
that again.
it's coming
Don't
back.
say dope.
No.
It's here.
No, you
That was
are
dope.
not.
Well, you know, For Honor
Hello,
kind of
80s?
reminded
Yeah?
me.
You want your phrase back? It's for you.
You know,
Dope.
For Honor kind of reminded me of chivalry, medieval warfare.
Wow, I had forgotten about that game.
I thought Dynasty Warriors.
The game sucked.
Yeah, it was kind of Dynasty Warrior. You know,
that
chivalry was like a first person
No,
type
it's
of game,
not
and you
like
can go into
Dynasty
third.
Warriors.
You can go into third person. But you know, I remember first footage of For Honor. I was totally down for playing that game. It looks fantastic. I think it's going to be good. But
It's fun, you know, like,
Yeah.
and the fact that they've added a story concept to it is really cool. Like,
Yeah.
whenever they showed at E3, they showed the Vikings going against the samurai. That was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That
Whenever
was
they
so
kind of
cool.
circled each other and they were like, okay, are we gonna
Yeah.
talk this thing out or not? And then the one dude just took off
Yep.
running. And he's like, "Wah!"
I
That was
love
awesome.
the narration too. Whenever you go and do stuff, and they're like, "Only one would make it up.
Yeah.
Only one would be
Oh,
enough."
I think it's
like,
gonna be.
I was
I think
like,
it's gonna
"Ah!"
be. I think it's gonna be good, but they really need to. They need to support it
Yes,
as much as
they
they
do.
can.
They also
So
came out
we
with their
got-
new athletic one, Steep, but
We
that
have,
one was
yeah,
okay.
there's two more things I want to mention, and it was Steep. And Steep, if you missed SSX from back in the day,
Yeah.
Steep can kind of fill that void, just not without all the flashy stuff and characters
Yes.
that SSX has.
Actually,
And I
you can
love SSX.
you can change the way your character looks at will. So that's what I did whenever I played it. I got to change it up, and I was a snowman head. I had a snowman head, and I was
okay.
going around. It was actually pretty
Well,
fun.
I mean,
It's
I don't
hilarious.
know what kind of music it has in it or whatever, but I mean, if you're looking for that to go down the mountains, snowboard,
With your
ski,
friends, too.
paraglide, yes, with friends, you can you can create a course for your friends to go through, record it, and send to them and say, hey, beat my time,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
And that's cool.
I may not get it. If I do get it, it's probably going to be way down the line.
Yeah.
I'm not
Now,
going to get it soon.
that
as
is
it comes
something I like about the next Deus Ex series, which has that with the hacker element to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
With putting out your scores to your
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
being
I did it
with-
in this time. I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good element to be.
Well, that's
introducing.
something that like what he was saying, SSX did for the longest time, you know, and that was something that I would always be jealous about, of like being, you know, oh, I really want to be good at this game,
Yeah.
and I was horrible, and seeing multiple people pop up with scores, million this, million that.
I can beat that.
You know, it's cool. It's cool that they're going to do something like that. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a good share kind of play thing with your friends.
And the last thing from Ubi is, like I said earlier, they're celebrating their 30th year
Yeah.
of business, and
Really?
they are giving out PC games for the rest of this year. For the next 7 months, they're giving away a free PC game. The one they have right now is Prince of Persia.
Nice.
Sands of Time?
Sands of
That's a
Time.
good
Oh,
one.
nice.
That's actually a
Sands of
pretty
Time.
good one.
That's
Yeah.
the one they have right now. You can
It's
go.
really good.
You can go to the Uplay Club or the Ubi Club or whatever it is. Sign in there, and you can download that game. And every month up to December, they will be giving away a game.
I gotta say, I'm actually really happy that you talked about that, because for a split second, I thought the last thing you were going to talk about was Just Dance, and I was like, please don't. Just
Yes,
no.
let's
don't,
not
just
talk
go away
about
from
Just
that.
I
Dance.
didn't even watch
The
that
giraffe.
part. I didn't. I blocked that part of
We're
the
not
whole thing.
talking
Dude, the
that-
giraffe.
Oh god, that game!
Yeah.
They had dancers there, like
Oh,
dancing
God.
in the middle of the stage. It was awful.
No.
So yeah,
What are we? Okay.
next
God.
one is Sony.
Yes.
This was
Are they
the
the
best
winners?
presentation of E3.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
No, without a shadow of a doubt, Sony wins E3 2016, and the reason
Yeah.
why is because of the fact that they showed games, they let their games do the talking,
Yes.
and they didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
Like they came out,
What-
they said, you know,
Well, let's face it. They brought out Mr. Kojima.
Yeah,
hold on,
yes.
hold on.
That,
Let me.
that wasn't even the big part of
No,
it.
no, no.
Yeah,
hold
but
on,
still.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the whole thing starts off with Bear McCreary coming out and directing an orchestra. And if you don't know Bear McCreary, look him up. He actually
If
is
you've watched
amazing.
any TV show in the past 5 years, you've heard his music.
Well, The Walking Dead and pretty much anything on Stars. So, yeah, he's awesome. So they did that, but they came out playing music to this next game, and go ahead, Chris, roll it.
That dumb hammer doesn't scare me. Boom! Oh no!
Boy!
Stop!
Boy! Your mother's knife. It belongs to you now.
What for?
A test. She taught you to hunt, yes?
Yes, sir.
Then show me what you know. I am hungry. Feed us.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
Your hunt. You tell me.
South?
Is that a question?
South.
All right.
So,
spill it.
That was amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so they talked about God of War coming back. I talked about it with Gerard Williams, Hip Hop Gamer, multiple times.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show.
I was sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Small world.
Oh, and I'm sure he was screaming at the
It
top
was
of his
okay.
lungs.
So before the entire thing started, I'm sitting next to them, and they say, "Man, if God of War comes up, we're taking our shirts off."
Yeah.
The very first thing they show is God of War, and so it's coming up.
Did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
But they got up. They're standing.
Bitches.
I feel bad for the guys behind them because him and his posse stand up. They're like, "Yeah! Oh my God! God of War!" Oh, like
I'm
they're
sure he
going
had his belt and
nuts.
had, like,
Yes.
shoving it in
Yes.
there. Yeah!
After
Oh, man.
a while, throughout the entire Sony thing, they started putting cameras right directly in front of the posse. So we're just kind of like,
What's going on?
we're
Hey.
here too.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
God of War, it was announced. It was leaked a while back
Yes.
with the Norse mythology. And it's a new voice actor. I can't even remember his name now. Christopher Judge.
It
Yeah,
was a
from
great playthrough trailer that they did.
Yeah, it was. It was a fantastic playthrough
Yeah.
trailer. And I think, if anything, we all know that Sony Santa Monica is kind of pulling this from Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
With the gameplay that they showed, it's more of a. It feels more like a Naughty Dog game,
Yeah.
if anything. Over the shoulder
Yes.
action.
The amount of like emotion that you saw in Kratos' face.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that that he's older now.
Yeah.
That he's under more control.
Yeah,
Than
and
he was before.
You can tell too. I think it's going to have a really nice story with him and his son, because at the end of the trailer, you actually see him go to put his hand on his son, and then he pulls back.
Yep.
And he's like, "I don't need to show my weakness right now."
Yeah.
Who clearly has abilities, by the way.
Yes, and what's great about it is that he's going to be one of those dynamic characters jumping back and forth and helping you.
Yes.
Like Ellie or other people in different Naughty Dog games. So I think
Yep.
it's going to be. I'm so stoked for it.
I like the fact that
I'm
it's
so
not
ready.
called God of War 4. I
I
like the
God
fact
of
that it's
War.
just God of War.
I will admit, this is the game that said, Jason, it's time to buy a PS4.
Yes.
No, it was everybody else was saying that, and
Yeah.
now it
Well,
was.
that and I saw this, and then what else we're gonna cover? So we'll get.
There's
to
so
that.
much more that they
I
covered.
I think I was actually at work, and I had my phone down there, and I'm like, okay, well, what is this? And I'm in the chat, and I'm like, actually, no, I wasn't at work, I was at home, but I'm on my computer, and I'm typing like, what the hell is this? They're playing this music, and then I got into it.
You
like
go.
I told
You
Caleb,
better be fucking
and I
taking
was-
video.
And I was like, yeah, okay, all right. And then when the kid walks into the house and you hear that voice, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
oh shit, it's got a
Oh
it's got a
no! The moment the music was going on, everybody in that theater was like, "It's God of War."
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's God of War, guys! It's God of
Even my
War.
wife, who is a gamer, but is solid Xbox, saw this trailer. She was like, "So we can buy a PlayStation 4, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to now."
Yeah.
So
It was
even she
awesome.
was like,
Looks
"I'm
stupendous.
sold."
Well, then the next game that he showed was they showed a lot. They showed Detroit become human. They showed, oh my god.
Sony had the absolute best.
Stop with the Detroit jokes.
Yes.
So
fuck
bad.
you. Stop with the Detroit jokes.
It wasn't me. It was Aaron.
No, it was you, motherfucker.
They showed so many other things, though. They showed Final Fantasy VR. They showed Arkham VR. They showed just so many.
So can't we
Star
say
Wars
that
X-Wing
that EA? I'm sorry, that Sony had the best presentation.
We'll get to that because we have so many more to get to.
Okay.
They had Hideo Kojima surprise everybody and come out with Death Stranding with Norman Reedus.
Did you miss
Which, by the way, it's a total mindfuck, that entire trailer.
It was amazing.
It was so amazing. Awesome, man.
Yeah, the dude's got a baby, and then all of a sudden, like, the baby.
But it's exactly what we expect from Kojima.
Crazy. It was crazy. But, like, and it's cool because he talked about it later, how he's like, well, Metal Gear, nobody had created a stealth genre. And that's what I created with Metal Gear. And that's what I'm doing again with Death Stranding. This is a new type of concept that nobody's ever done before.
Yeah. And I think a sad thing, we're never going to see anything else from Metal Gear.
I think, well,
God damn
that's a conversation for another time.
Okay, that is a word for, okay.
But I think
Metal Gear is pretty much done.
Fuck you.
All right. I think it's going to be more of a movie game. I really think it is.
So?
I do.
You think it'll be like Order 1866?
Something
style?
like that. But Hideo Kojima is going to do it way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so then they announced a new game called Days Gone.
Oh.
And Chris, go ahead and roll that.
Oh, jeez.
Someone asked me once if I remembered how it all went down, as if it happened so long ago that anyone could forget. So yeah, I remember. I remember when our homes and our towns turned into graveyards, when the wilderness became our only hope for survival. I remember when the planes fell out of the skies, when the trains stopped running, when the turbines shut down, and the world went dark. I remember when they put up the razor wire, like it was gonna stop anything. And the feds ran out of body bags.
Rope.
And some of us sort of lost our minds.
I think it's dead.
Some lost more than that. Much more. I remember when we lived by a code, when brotherhood meant something, and living meant more than surviving.
Goddamn liar!
So yeah, I remember how it all went down. I don't give a damn about any of that. You know what I remember most? Riding the open road. The smell of your hair. The touch of your skin. I remember you. But those days are gone. Now I'm a drifter, a bounty hunter, a mercenary. And for me, the broken road is all that's left. But I'll always remember.
So that is Days Gone, and what you didn't see in the trailer is it's actually a zombie game.
Yeah.
And
This
it's
is a
amazing.
frightening zombie game.
Yeah, because it's like World War Z is a video game.
There was another video where they showed some gameplay about 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
gameplay, and he's chasing after this one guy, and then zombies.
Yeah. Well, it's
suddenly zombies.
It's brutal though because he throws the guy into the zombies and then runs. I loved
fuck
it.
that guy. I agree.
I gotta live.
What's great about it is that he's like, what is he? He's like a hitman.
Bounty
He
hunter.
basically
Like
he's
a
like a
bounty
bounty
hunter,
hunter.
yeah.
So he's chasing this guy, and basically gets to the point of, hey, you know what? He's gonna die, so I'm gonna get whatever money I'm gonna get. I'm running, But he gets to the point of having to turn and face the zombies.
Yeah.
And that's whenever the horde mode comes in, and they're just falling over each other.
Yeah.
And it looks stupendous. It looks like a zombie game.
Freaking zombie Zerg.
Yeah.
When they start climbing over the buildings over each other, I'm like, oh, fuck.
I honestly think, if anything, mechanics-wise, I think it's really one of the zombie games we've been asking for.
Yes.
There's been many zombie games that have came out year after year after year, but I don't think they've really delivered on this point of having... Well, outside of, games like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead was one of those games that it was just constant zombies. But this is something that's kind of going to breathe things into a new light. Something that we haven't seen in a while. There's not any news of a Left 4 Dead, so this is going to kind of hold gamers over.
One zombie game they showed that I'm like, fuck no, is Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. Oh, God.
With the VR thing.
No.
And I'm like, no.
I don't know if you guys downloaded it, but they do have the demo on PlayStation Network. I played it, and it's pretty fucking creepy. It doesn't really make any sense because they say that whatever you played in this demo is not going to be in the game. So basically,
they're doing a lot of that.
Yeah, they're giving you a sample of what. What they can do.
There are times on Resident Evil where I was terrified that I do not want to experience in VR.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
the big snake coming through the fucking window. No, absolutely not.
I was hearing that people were actually getting sick from it, though.
That was one thing you were talking about in our chat.
Yeah, people were getting sick from the VR experience.
Because I think it was Dustin you said. He said that you can move the controller and everything will move, but you don't move your head.
Yeah, and so it's really weird.
So you're looking straight ahead, and you will hit the controller, and it's like...
That's where the disorientation
What the hell?
Yeah.
But there was times in the demo that there was some pretty creepy ass shit that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Back and forth of putting the VHS tape in, and you actually go and play the character that's on the tape.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was 2 times of me playing it. I mean, I played it that night. It was up on the store that night, so I'm like, I'm playing this shit. I had my PlayStation Gold headphones on. It's on full blast. My wife's in there asleep. Everything's dark, and this dude comes walking in front of me. Like, oh my fucking shit! I mean, it's horrifying. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. See, I couldn't do it because if anyone remembers the game Fear, it was when I'm walking down the hallway. The little girl walks by the hallway. I unload 2 clips.
Shit. Yeah,
2 clips.
So Rob basically has the mentality of boom, boom, boom. What was that?
Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
That's right.
And there's this is a new direction for Resident Evil. So, and they just released Umbrella Corp. I don't know if anybody has played it yet.
Umbrella Corp looks good.
I actually like it. There's a lot of people that they're not the biggest fans of it, but I like it. There's a single player mode in it to where it's kind of more or less like as you progress through the game, you go through different areas that have been in the Resident Evil universe. You go to the original. You go to the town that was in Resident Evil 4. You go into multiple different areas, and like I said, the difficulty gets to the point that I'm stuck on a position right now. But it seems like a really fun game to play co-op wise. But then with them announcing Resident Evil 7 is going to be fully first person.
Oh God.
I think it's going to take the genre, or actually just Resident Evil in general, in a completely new direction. And if anything, it's going to tend to those fans that didn't get PT like they wanted to. That first-person Silent Hill game that they really wanted. I think this is what they're definitely.
There was one really crappy first-person Resident Evil game they had a while ago, and honestly, I didn't like it.
What was it?
I know which one.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was first-person, so. You're just looking here. You gotta, and you turn. And there's zombies coming at you.
That was the one they have for Nintendo.
I like that over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Look,
well, wait. What are you talking about? The one they had for Nintendo?
With Shiva. It was with Chris Redfield and Shiva.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But what else did they have at Sony?
Well, those are the biggest ones. Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and say that Sony went ahead and won the whole entire thing.
Sony had a good presentation.
But
which you said second.
The last one.
Fuck you.
What?
Which you sat second row for.
Yes. But yeah, so then, the last one, Nintendo.
Alright, so.
That's why she's here.
Just do one.
Yeah.
Just, all you need is one.
Give it to us.
Alright. Nintendo did announce some other new games and things like that, but there's one game that everybody was waiting for, and they started right off the bat with it. Just play the trailer. Just play it. Just play it.
It's what you're waiting for.
Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
So holy shit.
The music alone of this
Oh my
game,
God.
like it
wait,
had me.
Wipe your tears, please.
Say it, Hannah.
Say what?
Yeah, what do you want her to say? Say it. I'm drunk.
Come on.
Okay, so when I first watched this trailer, I was screaming. I was so excited because this is exactly what I've been wanting out of a Zelda game since I was like 10. And then when it showed that last shot of the Master Sword in the forest, like in A Link to the Past, which was my first game. It was the game that I played with my dad. And then it went into the old logo. I cried, and I'm starting to cry again because,
See, people, this
nice shirt,
is
man.
a gamer right here.
No.
You get emotional about a game.
No, this is where all of us as gamers, we have that love.
No, not me, because I've never played Zelda.
Oh, Zelda's
because
great.
you never played it.
Zelda's actually wonderful.
But us who have played Zelda games, we have that love for the game. That thing when we experienced all this stuff while playing at 2 a.m. on our N64s, which has mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, BC had to go.
But, yeah.
But playing 35 minutes of the game was awesome. It was amazing. I loved every minute of it.
Tell them about the map.
No joking aside, I'm so jealous of you on this one.
Thank you. Yeah,
I want to ask something really quick before you talk about the map.
Sure. I'm going to talk about a lot of things.
Does the trailer do it justice, or is it better than what the trailer gave us?
Ooh, that's a good question.
From what you got to play of it.
Come on.
I think the trailer does a better job, mainly because of the fact that you're only in a small area on the gameplay. Okay. So you see more in the trailer than you would playing that demo.
Okay.
But at the same time, with that little bit that I played of the demo, I was hooked. Like, I started to realize that E3 is an evil, evil place. Because you get it's a tease. That's all it is. It's a giant tease. Yeah. So you play 35 minutes of the game and you're just like, what, are you taking this away from me now? No. I'll stay.
I need some crack.
Yeah. So,
I'll suck you.
What?
No.
It's late, bro. So the first 15 minutes, they just drop you into this area and they basically say, okay, do whatever you want. So immediately, first thing I did was I chopped down a tree.
Yeah.
Because I saw that on the trailer, I was like, I want to see if this can happen. Like, because I saw them do it with an axe, but I wanted to do it with a sword. Did it with a sword, I was like, yes, okay, let's keep going. So then I killed a goblin, stole its weapons, used a club to beat people with, which was fun. You automatically get a bow and arrow already, which is something that is big in Zelda games because you had to wait forever to get them.
In every single freaking game.
Yes, every single one. It wasn't until you got until even after the halfway point.
And it's completely open world.
It's completely open world. You go wherever you want. You can actually even go fight the boss as soon as you get past this little area that I was in. You can go straight to the boss. You will die, but you can go straight to the boss.
You could play on not Ocarina of Time, but the one that was available on Game Boy. I can't think of what that game was called.
I don't know.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker? No, you couldn't.
Wind Waker was not.
Wind Waker was GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube.
Okay, which was the one you could play on GameCube?
There's so many of them.
Four Swords was one.
Four Swords, all those.
I might be thinking of Four Swords. You could actually skip ahead.
There was also that train one.
Spirit Tracks.
Tracks.
That's not the one.
Anyway, we're gonna continue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
All
right. So it's really cool about how open it is. Like, they said that there's about 100 different towers or something that you could go check out. I forgot what it was.
Why do you need this shirt?
Huh? Why do I need this shirt?
Shush.
All right. So then I also went into a couple little dungeons while I was there, and I found that you can use this magnetism thing to actually pick up boards, metal boards, move boulders and stuff, and you can actually use them to beat your enemies with.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah, so I grabbed up one of them, and there was an enemy coming at me, and I slammed it on him, and it immediately died. It was really cool.
So it just gives a whole new level to the puzzle solving.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. And then, I did a couple more things, looked around, and then that was the end of that demo. Had another one that was 20 minutes long, and that was all story. They said you can follow the story if you want. If you don't, you can keep doing open world stuff, but we advise you to follow the story. So I was like, all right, screw it, I'll follow the story. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Okay. So then it was kind of cool because they take a very sci-fi feel for Zelda at first. Really? So the way it opens up, you hear that open your eyes thing. And then Link wakes up, or he's laying on a bed that's a pool of water, and then the water drains out, and he wakes up, and he's on this stone pedestal, and it says you're in the Shrine of Resurrection. Ooh. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, we're getting kind of into some alien stuff for a moment. So then you go and you gather all your belongings and you walk out into the world. It's the first time Link is seeing it. So he's he sees this old man. He's like, well, where am I? And the old man's like, what are you talking about? Where are you? This is Hyrule, and he shows off the whole world and kind of explains to you a couple things. And then you have to go through a dungeon, and the dungeon opens up a tower. And the tower is how you unlock all the areas. So that's how you unlock the map.
Almost reminiscent of the Game Boy game from Link, not Legend of Zelda, but I forget which one it was that you had to play in the Game Boy.
I can't remember.
I don't know. So anyway,
Wind Waker, that's the one.
No, that's GameCube.
Yeah.
Literally going right back, full circle.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Not drunk.
Yeah, not drunk. So as soon as I unlocked that tower, the dev behind me said, okay, want you to look at the map. And so, map shows where I am. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, cool. Yeah, no big deal. And they're like, all right, zoom out. So it zooms out.
Oh,
and
God.
everything that I had just done was all the way to about that big
Oh,
of what the
and-
entire map is.
And
Like,
to-
it's massive.
To give that reference, they say that this map is 7 times the size.
Nine times.
Nine times.
The size of Skyrim.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And then...
And I haven't even gone through all of Skyrim.
No shit. Nobody has gone through all of Skyrim.
What's a cool thing, too, is that they tell you that Link has been asleep for over 100 years. And so
Wow.
that's why he's been
I
at the
was just
Shrine of
about to-
Resurrection.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
And then they zoom over to where Hyrule Castle is, and it's shrouded in darkness, and there is a beast that's going around, and it's just attacking the thing, and it's just rising up
More
and
like
getting
a
power.
dragon or something?
And it's called what's it called? It's like Calamity Ganon is what it's called.
This is
Yeah.
going to be the thing that I buy.
It's freaking
in
awesome.
X4.
Yeah, this was I called up my wife
I'm
afterward,
going to
and I
buy
was
an
like,
X for
I'm like,
this.
honey, we're buying an NX.
Yeah,
And she was just like,
I told Dara before, whenever they first kind of talked about it, that, well, we may have to get an NX. But after seeing the gameplay that they showed off and hearing this, knowing that he's been asleep for 100 years, and especially what you said about the what was it, a dragon or just a creature?
no, it's called Calamity Ganon, and
okay,
it looks like the beast version of Ganon, and
Okay,
he's just
okay,
flying around.
So my question now, okay, look, nostalgia gaming, they can get us pretty easy on this.
Yeah.
Metroid, Super Mario Bros., we can get that. But Legend of Zelda, will it pull in new players or?
I think it'll pull in everybody.
Really?
I even wrote about
We're
it
gonna be
whenever
buying-
I talked about.
Well, I mean, you already got the fans who are people here who are waiting for it. But I think from its look, you could probably pull
this
it
was
I'm
a
just
good
gonna
trailer.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Just a prediction. People might burn me alive for this one. I think this might be the best Zelda game we've ever played. Ever.
Well,
wow. Okay.
I think
You went
she'll
Yeah.
kind of agree with you on that too, because it's open world.
It's open world,
It's totally
and that's the thing too. It's open world,
You know,
and you
I'm
have
bringing
all
up-
the
Is this
equipment
the
with
first
you
open world
already.
game? Is this the
Yeah.
first open
It's
world?
the first one Zelda
No,
that's
no,
open
no,
world.
no.
Okay, no,
I mean,
no. Ocarina of Time does not count as open world because I can't go fight any boss
Yes.
that I want
Yes.
whenever I want.
Exactly.
I will give
There's
you that,
that-
on that.
Well-
Only on that one.
Well, no, it's on every single one. You
Yeah.
can't go fight whatever temple you want to. You have to do it like even in Majora's Mask, you had to do it in a certain order.
The closest that you can get in Ocarina of Time to fighting whatever boss you want is you can either fight Bongo Bongo or Twin Rova whenever you feel like it. You don't have to do one before the
Yes,
other.
yes.
That is the closest you can
When
get
you're
to
doing
it.
all those temples, like you can do the
that is the
temples whenever you want to. Yeah.
So I think we can all agree that it was fantastic, even though Nintendo's press conference wasn't.
It was a
this
Nintendo
huge,
Direct.
gigantic
That's all
thing.
it
I
was.
think
It was
it's
a Nintendo
good
Direct.
that when a company can actually say, hey, I'm going to actually buy the system that this game plays on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when we congratulate Sony, who had a very good showing,
Yeah.
I think it says a little bit more when a company presents a game and you say, you know what? I don't know if I can buy the system that plays that game.
Well, it's a different thing whenever you can look at it and you think that was enough.
And
I don't need anything else.
Nintendo literally showed one game.
Yeah.
They showed two, not literally.
showed
They showed two.
Are you really going to say
Well, they
two?
were a
They,
few
you,
more.
if you're going to use the word literally, use it correctly.
Yeah.
So,
Fine.
figuratively, they showed one game.
Yeah.
Literally, they
They
showed 3 games. You know,
According to Webster's now, literally also means figuratively.
I'm bringing literally back.
That was-
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Yep. Different word. I gotta tell you about it later.
From what I saw this year, I am, and y'all are going to hate this. Well, actually, y'all are going to love this. I'm going to buy a PlayStation.
Cool.
Because I want to play this.
You know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with
Yeah,
buying
but
an
you
Xbox.
get the
I
same
want to get an
games that we
Xbox.
get.
I said that last year, but let's see if I actually
Yeah.
buy the motherfucker.
I want to get an Xbox One, and I'm definitely going to get a Nintendo NX. I'm probably going to get an NX before I get an Xbox One, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, really, own all the
agreeably-
consoles. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Agreeably, we're all getting Nintendo just to play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I want to say one more thing about the Zelda game, because this was one of the first things that slapped me in the face when I first started watching. It was the art style. Yeah, just like that. Just like, it's a beautiful mix.
Oh God, it is so
it's gorgeous.
Of like the Twilight Princess art style and the Wind Waker cell shading art.
Yeah, it's just
yes.
it's like it's not
perfect
full
mix.
cell shading, but it's almost like it's its
Yeah.
own
It has-
style.
so pretty.
It has
But-
that same feel that Twilight Princess had, with like the style of clothing, how everything is, all the details, but with the cell shading that Wind Waker, Spirit Tracks, all of them had, and it mixes. It's just so perfect.
Well, when
for
you're
what we're
playing
doing.
it too, it doesn't even. It's the same. It doesn't
Doesn't
change.
miss a beat.
It doesn't miss a beat. It's
And
all
this
the
is coming
same.
from the person that actually
Like
played
you
the
can
game.
actually, you see the grass, blades of grass flowing around you,
man,
and
I'm
it's gorgeous.
So ready to play
You can
this
cut that
game.
grass too, and it looks like you've mowed the lawn. Like it's awesome. It's really cool. Please don't touch it. It's critically low.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Critically.
All right, it's 4%.
Oh.
All right, so that's it. That's it for E3. So
This
guys,
E3.
here is what we need you to do. Go on to Cinelinx.com and go and vote for your favorite game on our Best of E3 nominees list, because at the end of this week, we will be tallying all the votes and we will be announcing who Cinelinx believed was the best of E3 as voted by you, the fans. All right?
Also, you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/SCNS Live. And if you want some merchandise, maybe with our faces on there,
Yes.
maybe some artwork of us, you can go and click on that link of Shop Now and get some t-shirts, phone covers, hoodies, anything you want with SCNS Live on it.
That's right.
Can you get panties?
We don't unfortunately have panties just yet.
I just shared
Just
a link
for
with
you.
Common Rider panties.
Common Rider
Wait,
panties.
they're
Nice.
Common Rider panties?
Yeah, I just shared the link with you.
Awesome.
I will go to my phone in a
So,
second.
also, guys, I have written recaps on Cinelinx.com. Just check out all of our E3 coverage. I have one more left, and then I am done. I'm going to put E3 2016 behind me.
But regardless,
And it
we
is
are-
going to cover Recore and Ubisoft.
But regardless, we are all over Cinelinx.com. That is your one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
For your
You want me to do this? I can end this quick.
News, reviews, editorials, and more.
All right.
We are writing stories every
Blah,
day.
blah, blah, blah,
All right. Guys.
Oh, we've gone we ninny bomb.
You already know all of our social medias, so follow us on
Follow
Twitter
us.
and on Facebook. What's yours?
You can follow me on Twitter at S0LEB, and make sure to check out secondopinionpod.com.
All right.
We
And
want to do thank our buddy.
Yes.
From Second Opinion
I appreciate
Podcast.
y'all.
Thank you so much.
Dude, we want you to come back and do this with
Oh,
us.
I will.
Yeah.
For sure.
And thank you to Zach for being here and providing the drinks and
He's
the
gonna be
fun
going to
stuff.
San Diego.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, we will see you next time for the SDCC recap. We will still be on a break.
Oh my God.
And then so get ready
We
for
will
it.
have Zach on
Are
the
we
show
gonna
to
come
talk
back
about
after the San Diego
SDCC.
Comic-Con break?
Right?
No, it's still a break until August.
Really?
All right, guys. So until then, stay on Cinelinx.com, SCNS Live, all of those, and keep on nerding.